Yeah, exactly. It's better than like I don't know what question mark or some like
Yeah,
robot
yeah,
face or
yeah, yeah. All right, well, let's go here. So we got. So by the way, I have an ESPN complaint. I mean, my God, like, come on, Sleepers is so much better by my. I came here like 15 minutes ago and I had almost a heart attack because your league is drafting live now, and
Mm,
I'm like, am I missing something? Like, do
yeah.
I is it drafting and am I not drafting? No, it's like it's just not drafting live now.
Yeah. By the way, are we live streaming
We
now
are live
or?
streaming, yeah.
Oh,
So
awesome. Well, welcome in everyone. We got a real redraft home league draft for you guys tonight. This is Blake. This is your league. So tell us about it. How many teams?
okay.
What are the starting lineup requirements? What are the
Yep.
scoring settings?
So you can see the lineup requirements here: the 7 bench spots, 1 IR. So I mean I know that's general, but like normally it's like 6 and like 2 IR. I feel like.
Okay,
So
but for the
seven bench
starting
first
lineup, we
bench.
got one quarterback, two running backs, two wide receivers, one tight end, two flex
Two flex,
spots,
yeah.
and a
Defense,
defense
no
slash
kicker.
special teams.
Yes, and so it's a half PPR, very standard half PPR,
Mhm.
4 point passing touchdown, which
Okay.
I feel is a little more like fun to draft the quarter. Well, I maybe it's like less fun to draft the quarterbacks, but if you use the right strategy, it feels like you've came out on top. Where
Oh yeah, I mean, I
six
feel
point,
like
I
you
don't
can
even
get
care. Like I'll take
yeah,
anyone in six
yeah,
point.
you can kind of fade quarterback in a 6 point. So in a 4 point, it makes it interesting because like now you can
Yeah,
get that advantage taking a quarterback early.
yeah,
So from the sounds of it, this is kind of like the classic office league that we just recorded a video about. So
yes.
watch that on the channel sometime soon. But the only difference is two flex spots instead of one. So we
Yeah.
can kind of use the
So the
strategy that.
quarterbacks and tight ends matter a little bit less. Now one thing that's just been a screaming like I'm thinking, and again, we'll see how things go. There's a lot of draft to go here. We're just starting in pick 3 or something right now.
Mhm,
Kyler Murray is generally there on that 6-7 turn,
mhm.
and I think he's just the best value at a 4 point. I think he's just flat out the best value. Regardless of how projections go, he's the best
What if you
value
can
at
get
quarterback in my opinion.
Yeah, but what if you can get Jalen Hurts in like the late third, early fourth? I mean, wouldn't
That's
that
really
be
gonna
nice?
make things difficult. But I have a
Also, what if you get AJ Brown with your first round pick and you set up the stack? I mean, you're
yeah.
going to be hard pressed to
Yeah.
pass on Jalen
Well,
Hurts at
well,
that point.
the good thing is like AJ or sorry, Jalen Hurts is like one of the last quarterbacks that you need to stack anyways.
Yeah, because
So I
he
mean,
has a
he could score
upside.
every touchdown in the game. He's capable of
Yeah,
that.
right. Yeah,
But certainly, it would be awesome to have him stacked. Now,
yeah.
so I'm not
Well,
really concerned about that.
okay, but yeah, I like Kyler Murray as a value. Certainly, you don't have to
Yeah.
really talk me into
The,
that. What are you thinking for the first pick here? I
yeah.
mean, in the Office League video that we
Yeah.
recorded,
Yeah. We
we
went ahead
reached
and
out
got
to
Brees.
your Gibbs.
Yeah.
So with a second flex spot, are you still thinking of taking a running back there? Or what's on your mind for that first pick at you got the eighth pick,
You know
so
what?
108.
I went through the mocks, Dan, and honestly, it felt better taking a receiver to me round one when sitting
Okay.
in this exact hole
Hmm.
where, I mean, this is kind of funny too. Bijan and Brees are ranked 2 and 3 on here for some reason. Yeah, their ADP is not 2 and 3. It's 5 for each of them.
Okay.
They're just trying to push these damn RBs up the board. ESPN, and I hate that. So
Right.
there goes Brees. I won't get Bijan now. He'll be gone. But I'm gonna get my pick, or I will not get my pick, but I will get Amon-Ra, Chase, or Jefferson. I'm
Okay.
not gonna consider Gibbs in first round personally. It is rare that you get a superstar receiver at
And,
the 8 hole, and
yeah, but I mean, Gibbs might be there in the second round. So I think especially with the injury, you can probably
yeah,
push it. But if it wasn't for the injury, I might be pushing you to take Gibbs at the first pick. But I think it's probably the right
it's
place.
gonna be Jamar Chase here. This is my buddy, pick ahead of me, and I mean he's a Vikings fan too, so there's no chance he's not taking Jefferson here, in my opinion.
I
But
don't know. I don't know about Chase. I mean, we've been talking about
yeah,
we're both kind of about the Bengals, and Chase was supposed to show up to practice today finally, and he didn't. So
hey,
like,
we don't
I
have
mean,
to
what's
worry.
going on with that?
We don't have to worry. I don't know what Hey, you just landed us Jefferson. I think I've been saying pounding at least like in my as a Vikings fan, it is crazy that you can get Jefferson and pick 8, and
Wow,
what.
Jefferson fell to you.
Jefferson fell to me. I did not expect
Oh
that.
my
We are
God.
gonna go take Jefferson. Here's my thing about the Gibbs. Okay, there are still so many damn good running backs, it's not against Gibbs for me in this draft the way I want to attack it. Like a chain is probably going to be there for me at 3-8. So that immediately makes me want to go. Let's just take Jefferson. No matter what happens at receiver, this room's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And now I can focus on everything else. And if a receiver falls to me, I can take him. But now I can really try and pound out RBs, and I won't feel bad reaching for an RB I want. You know, if I still need a receiver, I don't know, things would get weird for me. I want to go Jefferson. I think he's a great pick at 8.
It's kind of nice getting that one bona fide elite stud wide receiver just locked into your lineup every week.
If Cousins didn't get hurt, he would if Cousins didn't leave, obviously be the 101. I know Cousins isn't there, but it's like getting the 101 to me, as a Vikings fan. But you get a pick 8, so sorry.
I mean, that's a heck of a value. I mean, how many years can you draft Justin Jefferson at the 108? So, tough to pass on that.
Yeah, and then going into this thing, too, here's my other reason why. In a league like this, there is a Lions fan. I don't know where he picks. He probably is going to take Gibbs. A lot of NFC North stuff in here, actually, as well. I think there's a Bears fan. But a lot of Vikings fans. But Gibbs, there's a chance Gibbs is there at pick 17. He's got the question mark or questionable tag on him. People probably heard that he's injured. So there's a chance he still falls to me, and I love that. And there's a bunch of other good running backs here, as well. So I feel pretty good. We got to survive 3 more picks.
Yeah, so I see your boy Pacheco went, your boy Kyron went.
Oh man, there goes Kyron. I was hoping he was gonna fall around. So
kind of a little bit of a rough running backs there. We'll see if that continues. But we got 2 picks before yours. So what are you thinking here?
Yeah, man. Oh man, things are gonna get really, really complicated.
I mean, what if Puka's there? I mean, you pass on Puka, but I mean, I'm really high on ETN. Obviously, there's still a chance that Gibbs falls, so you got some choices here.
I set my Q in this. I will go ahead and give the tiebreaker to ETN for positional over Puka.
Yeah.
But if he's there at running back, again, I know we've been pounding the table for running back early. There's still a lot of names, and most cert late and stuff. There's still a lot of names you can play catch up at running back, and we have a lot of stashes we like. That if I feel like I'm getting 2 first round receivers, especially again 2 top 5 PP G players last year. Oh my God, Jahmyr Gibbs is there. So this is why
So who went then?
Chris Olave went. So we got Jahmyr Gibbs, baby.
Yeah, how can you pass on that? I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, you got to take the running back there. That's insane.
Yeah. So Dan, I mean, this is I'm more of the, I don't know. I know you like getting guys too, especially the Lions fan. This is my, I think maybe from rookie drafts and stuff. This is my preferred risk reward in certain ways where I want to start with a running back first. Yeah. But there's a 0% chance Jefferson is having is there at pick 6 or 17. Yeah. Exactly. I like playing the probability game. It's kind of a part of me, and there was certainly a decent chance that Gibbs would be there, although I thought it would be still unlikely. So,
I think you made the right call. And worst case, you could have gotten ETN, who
exactly.
I'm pretty high on. I think you're pretty high on as well. Yeah. So I absolutely think it was the right call. And hey, it paid off in a huge way. I mean, Justin Jefferson, Jahmyr Gibbs, my God, how can you do any better than that in the first 2 rounds of a home league draft? So that is spectacular.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
They're very, very exciting. Got some interdivision stuff going there.
Hey, are we gonna be hiving here? We're hiving.
We might be hiving because I'm gonna set my queue here, just an early queue of a chain. I wonder if you could try to push him to round 4. That seems pretty crazy to me, but you just never know when you get Gibbs in the mid-ish second there.
I'm sorry, pushing which player to round 4?
I mean, it chains them automatically at the top of my board.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right now, we'll see. Tight ends seem to be really deep from the mocks I did, but again, you just don't know. I will say though, in a not deep, but a slightly deeper. If tight end's my worst position in a half PPR, I'm probably fine with it because I can just go get TJ Hawkinson.
But just remember, this is a shallow league. What is it? Essentially starting, right?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a start 8. I know it's still shallow, but
so that's pretty shallow. So I mean, tight end is going to comprise a larger percentage of your starting lineup, obviously compared to a start 9, start 10, start 11. So like, don't forget that. Like, I mean, you know, if you fade tight end, you're going to have like a bench full of like great receivers and running backs, of course. But it's like you can't start those guys every week. So like, I wouldn't completely fade tight end. I mean, I would look for
I don't plan on completely fading it. I'm just saying, like, Pitts and Kincaid, I'm completely fine getting. Like later.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I just don't want, like, you know, as much as I like some of these guys, like, you know, Noah Fant or, you know, Tyler Conklin, you know, good sleepers, but I don't want them
not touching them.
in a league like this.
No, of course not. Yeah.
Well,
say fading it. I'm just saying, like, watching. Let me know what you're thinking. I'll weigh in some chat stuff, or let me know if I made a good or bad pick.
Yeah.
So
nothing in the chat yet, but we will keep an eye on that. But yeah, hopefully we get. We haven't seen Green Bean in a while. I know we missed last week, but yeah, some of our other regulars. So we are on our regular day today. So hopefully they enjoy this special live stream doing a real home league draft. So yeah.
I'm so. By the way, one of the reasons why, you know, unless I'm kind of forced to take AJ Brown, which I would be really happy to do it, just if I wasn't at pick 8 and I wanted to go receiver, I am a little skeptical on ESPN because Devonta Smith's there so late, and so is Waddle. So both these guys again are very tempting picks here. It's just, you know, I want 1 million picks, but I gotta wait. So what am I at? I'm at 32 and 41. And what's my next one past that? That's what I want to see here.
Did Nico Collins go?
He did. He went 210.
Yeah.
So
210. Okay.
How do I pull up a board? I hate this. I hate this damn website. Like, why is it not like just literally a big red button?
Yeah, draft board like Sleeper. Yeah, for sure.
What a terrible, like, you know, I know everyone is just so used to using this, but like, how can I not find the draft board? And I've drafted on this website before. Like, it's.
Do they even offer like a view of the draft board?
I would hope so. If they don't, I mean, I don't know how anyone's like defending ESPN. If I can't even see who's getting drafted. This is just like.
Yeah.
I've always
scroll on the right. Yeah.
I know. I've always had the biggest beef with ESPN. I can never tell when people are sending me trades. Like, and I can never tell what's going on in the league. Like,
also on the left side of the screen, you can click on any like league mate and pull up like their roster so far that they've drafted.
How do you do that? Like here?
Just below, yeah, right there, and it'll show you their roster.
I don't even know anyone's like team name. Need for Sneed is one of my buddies here. So he has ETN Chase. So good start for him as well. He's got a very similar start.
All right, so we're picking soon. So you got your queue.
All right. So yeah, I mean, it's shame I'm gonna put Millie up there, but I think I gotta prioritize him over receiver. You know, we know there's some later receivers that are really nice, and a chain truly has like just absolute just devastating potential for your opponents.
Oh yeah.
So I am like, and I'm also if he just is like a bust at round 3, I still feel like that's obviously a very high capital.
Yeah.
But like I'm confident enough I can still like recover from that with just like our later stuff and Jalen Wright and all that good stuff. So.
Oh, totally, yeah, and in a shallow league, you're more inclined to shoot for upside. So, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it changed the kind of guy that could like break fantasy football. I mean, you look at his insane efficiency last year. If he can even get close to that and add more volume to it, a lot of times we see a large volume increase for running backs going into their second season compared to the rookie season. He could be absolutely bonkers this year. So I love Achane. I got him in my home league. Oh. I took him in round 2 and I loved it.
He just went, unfortunately, 2 picks before me. That you hate to see that.
That stings.
Yeah, that hurts. I can't.
Is Jalen Hurts a thought here, or do you kind of just have your heart set on getting a deal on Kyler Murray later?
Allen is still there, and I mean, there's a chance that Hurts is like the 4th quarterback off the board. Plus Kyler Murray late, so I'll put him in my queue, but
yeah, kind of maybe push your luck, like kind of your strategy earlier with Gibbs.
Yeah. I'm a little intrigued to push my luck and try to get still want like again, K9 is a
Kenneth Walker is looking good. What about Josh Jacobs? Like he's getting pushed up with the whole.
He's gone. I was gonna tell you that
already?
Dude. I was gonna tell you that I just drafted him in a mock at the early third. Right where he went here, and
holy cow!
And I know it sounds crazy, but yeah,
we're on the clock.
All right, so
Kenneth Walker is there.
Kenneth and DJ Moore is there.
Is Devonta Smith there too?
He is. I'm gonna give the edge to
DJ
Moore.
Number 1 receiver. Caleb Williams, improved quarterback.
Again, just was a top 6. Yeah, there's more upside on Moore to me. I'm gonna take him over Diggs. I'm gonna take him over Kupp still.
Okay. I like that. I think that's a rock solid pick there.
I'm gonna still do that, and I'm gonna hope K9 falls. Although, I guess we're still hoping for Hurts, and we can still recover at running back too. But another situation I could have done there is I could have just taken K9 and see if a receiver or Hurts is there. And because there's more receivers that I like, so probably just a mistake. But honestly, my part, I'll admit that right now. But there's still a lot more running backs I like again, James Conner and stuff could be there. But
I mean, don't feel the need to like click draft right away. I mean, take a few seconds, really like think about it. So that's kind of like a good lesson there.
Yeah, I've been a huge like in the last 24 hours coming up on Nico and Moore, and how they should probably be looked at a little bit similar, obviously with Nico as a bit of a bump on him, but
yeah, I mean, you can look. I mean, I think DJ Moore is still a great pick, so make no mistake about it. I mean, after the year he had last year, and now he gets like a huge upgraded quarterback. You could kind of argue like, why isn't he a first round pick this year? So I think he could be an absolute steal in the 3rd round. I mean, you can't be too upset about that pick for sure.
No, absolutely not. And it's just strictly because there was probably going to be a receiver I wanted.
I mean, the amount of wide receivers on the board is just insane, and that's why I've pushed so much for like in these shallow home leagues, like get your running backs early. But if you do get sniped on Walker, I mean, you still got James Conner that you could consider in like 4th or 5th round.
Yeah, I'd wait, but I'm hoping for again one of these like probably Allen and Hurts. I wouldn't plan on taking Allen, but if Hurts is gone, I'd be fine taking Allen.
I mean, I think in a 4-point per passing touchdown, like Josh Allen is pretty appealing. I'm not like huge on him this year. I mean, obviously he's an elite fantasy quarterback, but in a 4-point per passing touchdown, I'll take some Josh Allen.
Yeah. So unfortunately, K9 just went there. But I feel. Yeah, I think it will suck if I have to take a receiver, but lesson learned and certainly still recover because I'm good at quarterback still. I'm comfortable. Pushing into the next rounds for Kyler, AR, blah, 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 whoever's there. Yeah. Patty goes with Kelsey stack. So that was the hope is he goes before Hurts as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, Devonta Smith would look pretty good here. I mean, the 4th round, Diggs in the 4th round, Waddle in the 4th round, Kupp in the 4th round. I mean, these are insane values.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like how I would even rank these guys. I mean, my God, this is difficult. I'm just gonna leave that and hope. Probably just hope Hurts or Allen is there.
I mean, underdog would probably have like Kupp the highest or Waddle, probably one of those two. Not that I necessarily agree, but just kind of thinking of it in that perspective.
At least that is half PPR as well, so it's a little more comfortable. But that factors in some other stuff, and they like the age more and all that stuff, but. I think there's a pretty good chance we're going to get Hurts there.
Laporta went.
Oh, Laporta went. Okay, yeah. So I'm perfect. Like, here we go.
Did you consider... We should have probably considered Laporta at the 3rd pick, don't you think?
For me, I think it would be interesting, but again, I was just looking through, and Kincaid goes so late and stuff, where there's a noticeable difference between them, but... Mm-hmm. The difference between like Hurts and I don't know, like the quarterbacks going that late, even if it's Kyler, like I still.
Yeah. Okay. So you're thinking Hurts here? We got Josh Allen also on the board, Devonta Smith, Stephon Diggs, Kupp, Jalen Waddle. I mean, insane options for sure.
Yeah, we know that there's going to be a lot of good receivers late, and I have 2. I only need 2. And there's going to be a lot of shots we can take later. So I'm going to go ahead get my onesie and Hurts, and then
I love that. I mean, Hurts in round 4. That's such great value in a league with 4 points per passing touchdown. So I absolutely love it. QB1.
Yeah. So This could be a Mostert team, which is probably like all my teams this year.
Yeah, right. Again, Mostert and Jalen Wright.
Jalen Wright, yeah. So hoping Connor comes around. Highly doubt it, being he's the third one on the list here.
Yeah. So if we don't get Connor, this is probably going to be kind of like a hero running back build. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, could you call Connor and Gibbs like a double hero running back? I mean, most people would call consider Connor in that dead zone, but he's better than the typical dead zone running back.
Yeah, he'd be the best dead zone running back I could ever touch.
Oh yeah.
But one good thing is after the dead zone, I really like the options. I've been coming up on Javonte Williams a bit, even though I have kind of hated him like this year.
Mm-hmm.
He goes really late for a starting running back. Pollard, I've been kind of seeing the vision on him and Spears a bit more. And then again, you can just take shots. John LeBrook for upside, Ford, Hubbard for early stuff, Chandler. I know you don't like the Antonio Gibson. I just had it. No, hold on. We got to remember we're in a managed league. And if we don't like Ramondre Stevenson, which I don't think either of us care at all about Ramondre Stevenson or think he's just some game changer, his preseason stuff was looking pretty good. I just heard Davis Maddock talking about it, and he could be a little bit of a homer for the Antonio Gibson types. He loves his guys, but he's been coming up on Antonio Gibson as well, and I think it's valid where we are in half PPR. It would be a little bit better if it was full PPR, but when you draft Antonio Gibson in the last round, you're fully expecting to cut him. You get to at least see it in weeks 1 and 2. Does he carve out a bit bigger of a role, or does something happen weird in that offense where it's just who the heck knows? I know Ramondre got an extension, but I don't trust anything in that coaching staff. And what if they just use Antonio Gibson way more? I don't know. Maybe I'm not explaining it well, but it's better to have him than let's just say a rookie running back that's not going to touch the ball at all in week 1, because Antonio Gibson will be out there.
I mean, I guess you'll probably know early what you have in him. Of course, there's always the upside of a Ramondre Stevenson injury. It doesn't feel that exciting, but I mean, where's Antonio Gibson being drafted in the double-digit rounds?
He might not even get drafted. So he's a
okay. So if you want him with one of your last picks, I mean, go for it, I guess.
Yeah. But well, my whole point on a guy like that, and there'll be some receivers like that. Is they're going to be on the field? I think he pointed out A.D. Mitchell as kind of a similar player. They're going to be on the field, and you at least get to just see week 1. Is this guy boom? I can just drop him week 1 or week 2. I can get rid of him and then take my other shot. It feels I don't know. Rather than just taking a guy that you have to wait on half of the season, you can still get that player. Let's just say it's whatever insert. Even if honestly it could be Jalen Wright, but obviously we want to get Jalen Wright if we just love Jalen
Wright.
Oh yeah,
so. I mean I'm thinking Jalen Wright miles before even thinking about a guy
insert Braylon Allen, who we could be really excited about, but I mean what's his use to your team unless just being a handcuff? He's not going to get on the field and earn a role. So
well, let's start thinking about our next pick because you're up in a handful of picks here. James Conner would probably be a smash pick if he's sitting there. Yeah. But if he's not, what other players are you considering here?
Yeah, so I'm going to point out a little bit later. Yeah, Kincaid and Kittle feel like great picks late. Man, and I
what about McBride? I mean, what if McBride's sitting there?
Yeah, I have McBride and Andrews queued here. Between those two, what a tough decision.
Oh, that's an easy decision for me. Trey McBride, Mark Andrews is kind of I've been big on him the last couple years. He's been kind of disappointing, gets injured at times. McBride's younger, he's ascending, and also you might be getting Kyler Murray later, like you said, so you get the stack. Oh, that's right, you already got
yeah, it's all right there. Stacks and
but either way, regardless, stack or no stack, I love McBride. Yeah. I think just like I say with Laporta, I think he's still ascending. I think he could be even better this season. He's on his way up, and also. I feel like I had one other point, but for me, it's just an absolutely easy decision there. Yeah. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. Mark Andrews is actually injured right now. It's kind of a mysterious injury.
It was he got in a car crash, and they said he wasn't hurt, and then he's not missing practice. So it's weird.
It's making me a little nervous because they're not even seeing what it is, and I don't like that. That makes me kind of uncomfortable.
That's fair. Yeah. there's a lot of question marks. I mean, what the hell is going there? I don't think anyone knows. So.
Also, another thing I wanted to mention is that, like, don't you think in a half PPR that, like, Mostert should, like, be getting taken even earlier than usual?
Yeah.
I mean, 21 touchdowns last year. I mean, like,
he's like buried.
Touchdowns in a half PPR.
Yeah, he's like buried, and there's still a lot of other names. And again, if things go completely south at running back, to me the plan is like then smash Brooks, smash Hubbard and Ford, get my early season stuff out of the way. Then I can hey Corum, give me these guys that can then take over backfield later in the season.
Yeah, Jalen Wright, those types.
Yeah, and I can
just. I mean, like, not that I would reach for this player, but like,
McBride.
If David Montgomery falls at a value, do you have to consider him? Just lock up that Lions backfield, just like how we talk about with the Dolphins backfield. I mean, both those guys.
If he's a value.
Like, yeah, if he's a value, yeah.
Yeah, he's similar to the Mostert thing, but obviously Mostert at cost, everything is just a way better pick for.
I mean, Mostert's just such an insane value. It's tough to compete with that, but I still think Montgomery's a pretty good value, especially in a home league where like running backs are steamed up.
So we're on the clock here. Wow, we got kind of cleaned here.
I mean, Amari Cooper's not a bad pick. I don't mind Montgomery. Honestly, I don't mind even like Mostert here if you want to just get him.
No, Mostert's like 4 rounds out still, so he's way too early. Like.
But just remember, like running backs get pushed up, so just don't forget that.
Yeah, no, I know, but we got.
And Connor went, I'm assuming, and McBride.
Yeah, they all went. So.
And Zay Flowers.
Yeah, Cooper's interesting. Rashee Rice and Deontay are interesting, and then these tight ends. I'm just trying to think of like the combo of picks. Like, there's not really no running back that stands out other than maybe Aaron Jones.
All right, you got like 10 seconds. Who are you going with? Cooper? Monty? Get your running back?
Yeah, we'll go. We'll go Cooper.
Okay.
And then I'll figure out my next decision.
Yeah.
I like him so much better than Chris Godwin and Calvin Ridley. It's not even funny.
Yeah. I mean, what round is this? Round 5? You're getting Amari Cooper? Like that's pretty damn good value.
Yeah, I don't love it. If I could go back in time, I would have probably swapped just straight up Moore and K9 because. I feel Bill's a little bit better running back, and then there's still so many receivers here, like the Rashee Rice, even Christian Kirk that I like.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. I mean, that's why, like, in my home league, I just went right out of the gate. I went, double hero running back. So I went Breece Hall, then I went A-Chain. It's just feels so good to lock up those 2 starting running backs, and then I couldn't believe the receiver value that fell to me. And I'm still able to, like, a lead at quarterback and tight end. Basically, like, I took round 3, I went Jalen Hurts. Round 3, I went Jalen Hurts. Round 4, I went Brandon Ayuk. Round 5, I took Trey McBride. And then round 6 and 7, I got Amari Cooper and Deontay Johnson. So, but yeah, I mean, not a bad start, though. But yeah, I agree. Like, if you could go back in time,
I'd probably flip those guys. But again, I can tell myself a story that if we go ahead and get Mostert at like pick 100 or whatever around that area,
then like all's forgiven, right?
Then all forget. It feels great, and I'm still inclined to just grab one of these guys here. Maybe it's like I know Warren's like hurt, but he's if I can get a discount on that, he says he's good to go week 1. He's probably good to go at the beginning of the season, and there's other ways around it. Maybe I can just go the Ford and Hubbard way, but.
What running back would you draft next if all these guys were on the board?
I think that's a really, I don't want to answer that. Probably Aaron Jones, but like I know that's the issue is like when you're in this dead zone, that's not the right answer. It's never going to be who you list out, and it's probably Raheem Mostert or something. But like you still have to respect the ADP game, so you can just. I mean, that's the real maximizing your lineup.
But just remember, it'll be a little while before your next pick. So just keep that in mind.
So here's another thing to point out, by the way, is like for receiver, I noticed like round 9, there's just like this massive drop off once these rookies go.
Oh yeah, like once you get after Brian Thomas, there's kind of a.
It's like Thielen, Mooney, and Judy. Like Hopkins. Basically when Hopkins goes, because like these guys stick around. But, so I'd like to get like probably 1 or 2 more. Yeah. Oh my God. Let's keep. Do I take him here at 65 because Pitts is still there? And I wish I could see like why is there no board? I wish I could see how many people have taken a tight end right now. Like,
you go Kincaid over Kittle.
I'm not confident on that, but the best ball in me and the dynasty in me is like, it's really making it hard to believe. But
I guess Kincaid might be
the Kincaid's the higher upside.
You could argue Pitts might be more consistent than Kittle as well. So yeah, kind of a tough call there.
Yeah, I think the whole Kincaid thing is that like he is the wide receiver one there right now.
Yeah, that's true. But like you still got Knox, and like I don't know how good the offense is going to be right out of the gate. And
wow, this is difficult. We'll have to wait. Oh my god, I guess so many good receivers here.
I think I'm going David Montgomery personally. Just like lock Lions backfield, man.
No, I really don't want to do that because I want to lock up some other stuff like I want to, and he could be there my next pick easily. Like,
okay.
There's just a better pick on this board in my opinion.
Okay.
And I don't know, that to me that feels like settling, like, because that's really high capital for 2 running backs compared to like getting a Mostert at pick 100 versus like.
Well, I mean, I don't mind taking Monty and Mostert. I mean, I think you need to catch up at running back.
I do think so as well. Oh yeah, Aaron Jones did go, but I'm optimistic of like I can ignore this pick and then start smashing it. Like it could be Najee or Monty in the next. It could be Monty next round.
Okay, but I just hope you're not left with. I hope you don't get sniped a lot on this next set of picks here. So 10 seconds here.
I'm gonna go ahead and hit. I'm gonna go ahead and hit Deontay just because I want to come away with him. But I'm gonna hope for basically Pitts. I think Kincaid might have been an interesting pick there, but there's a chance he hangs around. I don't think he will. There's a chance like basically Pitts is the tier break for me. I'm gonna risk it.
Okay, yeah, I kind of feel like that might have been the point to take tight end if you weren't going Monty. So yeah, I mean, of course I love Deontay Johnson, but like. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of receiver value with like all those rookies like coming up in a few, a couple rounds here. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm thinking next time it would be perfect if I can just take one of these. I don't know, one of these running backs that's going to get a lot of touches, and then a tight end. If that doesn't happen, then I can basically feel like I'm finished at receiver, like for actual draft capital, and just take like my favorite guy the next round. Maybe it's like a rookie or just like a second year like Reed or something.
Yeah, but I think what you don't want is to be like forced to take running back when you got like Worthy on the board, Odunze, McConkey, like those kind of guys.
Yeah, I get what you're saying there. I don't know. I these running backs just feel like garbage, and I kind of missed my chance to take K9 to me, and I just feel like I can outdraft like this guy. Like in this area, I you know what I mean. I'm just trying to avoid. We're getting out of the dead zone now, but I'm trying to like just avoid, like just clicking on the Zamir White or whatever. And Montgomery literally can just be there. My next pick. There's a Lions fan in here, but to me, here's the difference between the Mostert and a chain. Right, Mostert and a chain, you can get him in round 3 and round 9 or whatever. Right, like Monty, you're taking it at like again like a 1-2 turn, and then whatever. Like I'd be taking him in round. What is that? It was round 6, right? So I'm spending 2 top 6 picks on the Lions backfield, and although it's going to score a ton of points, that feels like way lower upside to me than.
Yeah, I can see that.
And there's no handcuff to this thing. Like I can't take a Jalen Wright later, so I'm like really against spending that high a capital when I can still just like handpick a Rice or just like a Kincaid or Kittle or something that I might like.
The only counter argument is that like if you knew last season what A-Chain and Mostert were going to do. I mean, you would have taken those guys in what, like, round 1 and 2?
Yeah.
So, I mean, now I know that's like probably like a historical anomaly, but even like last year with the Lions, like if you knew what Gibbs and Monty were going to be, I mean, what rounds would you have drafted those guys in? Like rounds 2 and 3?
Yeah, I mean, Monty. I know he kind of cooled off, but he got hurt or something. But he was certainly like, especially in early season, it felt like he was just.
Yeah, I mean, overall though, I mean, wasn't Monty like a top 12 running back on the season?
Probably, I have no idea, but
I'll check.
Yeah,
we'll see. I'm curious now.
Yeah. For me, the difference is like, there is still limited upside unless a Gibbs injury happens, and like I own Gibbs, so.
Yeah, I got it. I get it. Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, there's still a world where like it's Javonte Williams or Pollard that like actually sees this like it just kind of like blows up their ADP themselves, and you don't need an injury for that to happen.
Yeah,
that's where my brain's going, and I mean.
Okay. I got the answer here. Yeah. It looks like David Montgomery was the running back 17, but he missed 3 games. So on a points per game basis, I'm sure he was, a top 12 running back. So,
yeah, he, no, I know he's gonna be like, and they're projected for the most points, and they obviously love to pound the ball in at the red zone, but
he missed 3 weeks. So yeah, I mean his points per game were crazy. Oh, holy cow! All right, listen to this. Okay, so he missed 3 games, 17-game schedule.
Yeah.
Okay, so Monty played in 14 regular season games last year. And how many games, this is full PPR. No, and how many games in full PPR scoring did he not have double-digit fantasy points? How many weeks did that happen out of 14 he played?
Probably 1.
1 time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty awesome. I know this is half PPR, not full, but, like, that's insane. I mean, he was so consistent.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was certainly one. He did go probably to a Lions fan.
Okay.
Again, it's something I'm willing to risk because, like, most
I get it. Like, if you take 2 guys in the same backfield, like, you want, like, the second one to be at a value. So I get it. Yeah. Like, I'm just kind of presenting a counter argument.
My other, like, in my head, the reason why I'm like, hey, I messed up with the K9. We know that, like, Ford and Hubbard are just, like, there late, and, I mean, you're in double-digit rounds at that point, and they're gonna be just like workhorses. So you can buy touches.
Ford, we gotta push up the board here with the releasing Deontay Foreman and
I mean, even like
Nick Chubb on top. So like
this Bengals in Dallas backfield, like there's still backfields that with extreme upside. So even though I wanted to push running back late, and here's another issue with DJ Moore pick, right, by the way, and why I shouldn't have made that pick, and I completely forgot about this when mocking. You're right about Odunze goes so late that I tried making a mental note and completely forgot about that. That there were some players for various reasons I didn't want to pick their teammate earlier as a tiebreaker because you can go get them later, and it doesn't make sense to draft DJ Moore and Keon Coleman or whatever Norman did say. So let's see what my buddy's got. So he got Rice. He's
2 more picks clear on the clock. So what are you thinking about here? Yeah. So Pitts is still there. That would be pretty nice.
Yeah. Again, I'm very happy with Pitts there. Like I feels like just not right to get Pitts there. If all things went like terribly, I think I could talk myself into just like whatever, like any of these guys, like Njoku or Ferguson, and then
I mean I'm pretty high on Njoku and Ferguson. I mean they were both a lot better than Pitts last season, so it's just like every year with Pitts we just keep thinking this is the year, and it's like I do think he's gonna have a good year, but like part of me is tempted to just like take the sure thing. I mean if Pitts disappoints again and Njoku and Ferguson are like really good again, it's like why the heck were we taking Pitts over those guys? So.
I know, but like the price is like so much closer now than it ever was, and like he's not injured, he's got a quarterback. There's just so much like going in his favor that I'm gonna let like logic kind of just like
So are you
the projections hit me?
Yeah, are you definitely taking a tight end here, or is there any other positions? Anyone at any other positions that intrigue you here?
There's not a big enough value on the board for me to.
Okay, you think still too early for Mostert?
Yeah, I can get him next pick. So.
Okay.
I mean, like I would assume so, and if not, there's gonna be other options. But I'm gonna go ahead and take Pitts. Receiver, like there are some good names.
Addison, Worthy, Odunze.
I'm addressing the starting lineup though first before we get into that, and even late here
for a league this shallow, I think you need to consider that.
Again, another guy I'll point out, by the way, and why I'm fine being a little shallower on receivers, like taken, is like you get a guy like Dobbs, or I mean you Wicks too, but I'd rather Dobbs. Like it's just so late, like it's just insane.
Oh I mean I feel like every position's deep this year, so and it's like for that reason why I like kind of want to try to be elite at like everywhere in my starting lineup,
Yeah, I agree. So. If Warren gets here because he's hurt, I'd be intrigued and then try to push Mostert, but he won't be there. So I think I gotta go Mostert though, and let me just play in the Mostert.
I mean, Mostert just feels like such a more of a sure thing. Like given that like you do not have an RB2 yet on your roster, makes me a little uncomfortable in a league this shallow. I think Mostert would be a smash pick over anyone else on the board if he's still there.
Yeah, immediately I'm thinking Mostert, and then I might try to play into the Carolina backfield or Bengals or something, and then try to take Ford. Like just try to smash some RBs out now.
Yeah, although I mean you're gonna have like some intriguing wide receivers with like Worth, Dunze, Brian Thomas, so you kind of got to like balance like.
I'm gonna have to probably pass on them, and then play into the
heavy at wide receiver.
Yeah, I wasn't heavy enough at receiver, which again wasn't really planned, but there's still other rookie receivers like Polk and then there's Dobbs, like not rookie, but Jalen McMillan really late, just like guys that are similar bets, but obviously less likely.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, Rome's and stuff is coming off the board now, Worthy and stuff, so.
So maybe everyone else starts hitting those, like, that receiver value, and maybe some value at running back or other positions fall to you.
Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, like, because Marquise Brown's hurt, like, that's, like, why is he at 107? I don't like Marquise Brown at all, but, I mean, he is, like, a very similar bet to Worthy, minus the, we get one guy's been in the league, like, 5 years, and one's a rookie.
Yeah.
And one is going to miss, 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. But, but he's still a KC receiver that's fast, has got the pass capital, and at point has flashed in elite windows, though.
If it wasn't for the injury issues, like, you could definitely talk me into it, but, like, he just seems like an injury waiting to happen. Like, he just, like, is, like, absolutely brittle these days, it seems like. So that's the only thing that turns me off to him, and obviously that's why he's going so late. But, I mean, he would really have to fall at, like, an insane value for me to really get excited about taking him.
Yeah, I mean, assuming he gets past ADP, though, and, I mean, just him in comparison to look at every other receiver below him, and maybe not DeAndre Hopkins, because,
Well, I mean... Yeah, I mean, but above him, you still got like McConkey and Addison, but below.
But, I mean, the assumption is like there's a pretty big.
But I mean, honestly, like I'd rather take like Jalen Polk over Marquise Brown. Honestly, I mean, just like swing for the upside at this point.
Yes, I mean, probably correct, but again, there's still like 80 Mitchell and stuff. There's just like it might not be Polk you get, but there's a lot of
Wicks, like I would take those Packers receivers over him. Personally,
we're up, so I'm gonna go grab Mostert.
I mean that's so easy. So I think Mostert kind of saved the day for you here. Like if you had gotten sticked on Mostert, like that would have felt pretty bad.
Maybe you were getting worried because like I think you suggested him like round 5 or like 4 or like 6 or something.
I don't think it's crazy. And here's
I don't think it was crazy either. But like I knew he was gonna be around in like by his ranks and stuff like that. Like we still reached on him by like 10 picks or like a whole round.
Yeah, I mean, when I was suggesting it 2 rounds ago, I wasn't saying like, oh, he's not going to be there 2 rounds later, going for the upside. But just in a league like this, running backs get pushed up, weird things happen. It's half PPR as well. You want those touchdown makers, so I just wanted to at least consider it earlier because like I think you could justify him there is all.
Yeah, no, I completely understand that. The only reason I let it get to this point, well, I'm so confident we get Mostert here anyways, and again, technically reach on him, but there's still so many backup plans in my mind of his backfields that, you know what, I feel like I can just like get some early production for sure, and try to bang out some older stuff, but.
So do you have? I can't remember if I asked already, but do you have an IR slot in this league?
There is one IR slot, yeah.
Okay, so I think that makes Jonathan Brooks very interesting with his pick if he's there.
Exactly, yeah. And I can still get 7 bench spots. I can take Hubbard if I want.
Yeah.
Hubbard or Ford straight up. Like, you got to take Ford, right? Like.
Yeah, I would take Ford over Hubbard, especially if you get Brooks, because, like, maybe just kind of getting backs on, like, 2 different teams rather than one.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Although, I mean, to be clear, I wouldn't hate getting both Brooks and Hubbard on my team, because if you could just tell me, like, I lock up the Panthers backfield, what I think will be a much improved offense in rounds. I mean, like, what would it be here? I mean, we're talking about the, middle rounds, like at this deep, like I would have no issue with that.
Yeah, no, I think I've done that in my other, like my first draft technically, but I'm not even gonna really count that as like a So by the way, here's another thought on running back too, where now we got Mostert, we can get Jalen Wright late, maybe we get our shot on Brooks, blah blah blah. But
I mean,
now I'm really intrigued to take
Wright. Okay, I guess Jalen Wright's still kind of buried.
Dude, Jalen Wright like won't even like no. I mean, I'll have to worry about is this guy taking him. But like, dude, Jalen Wright is like an ADP like round like 14. Like you don't even gotta worry about him going. Dude, I know we've taken him
because like when I did my home league draft, a handful of days ago, like I took Jalen Wright, I think 10th round, and like I could have gotten like 11th, like a few picks later, but like he was like near the top of the board. Like he wasn't going to last more. And in fact, like when I took him, my buddy said like, oh, I was like I was just about to take him. So like I think the ADP must have changed because like I don't know why he suddenly seems to be lower now.
It might have. I mean, Miles Sanders is higher than him, so if that tells you anything.
Yeah, I think they did some kind of update for sure.
Yeah. So again, and someone like, as much as I'm gonna make sure we come out with them. If I don't, someone's just gonna like probably just drop them by mid-season or whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, you always have to like factor that in. Like, there's no way I'm spending a round 10 pick on him. Like, this is not a zero chance. You know, let me get him in like the last rounds. Although, and I can push up in that case. I can push up Corum and play the opposite side of Kyren, who I like.
Oh sure, yeah. I mean, I'm surprised Corum carried this far. Like. This was not the case. Like, this is a much different ADP on ESPN than when I was drafting, and I'm kind of mad because like I wish I could have taken Jalen Wright later in my draft, but like honestly, if I didn't take him there, like he wasn't going to be there by like round 12.
Okay, I see. So unfortunately, Brooks went just right now. That's fine. There's still other.
Yeah, I mean, because you got Mostert, like I mean, it sucks, but like you survive.
So Brian Thomas is sitting here now, so I could just like finish basically receiver. Like again, maybe there might be another guy that I want at the end.
Yeah, I mean that's tempting. I really like Brian Thomas, but like I don't know. It kind of feels like you kind of need a running back. So I'm kind of.
I know, but I still have another pick after. I can go take my pick on Ford. I can make up this early production, and then we go spam out Corum, Wright, and all the rookies like second year or whatever we like.
Do you think Ford would be there with your following pick?
I believe so, and if not, like still you got your Zach Moss, your Elliott, blah 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 blah.
You got like Chandler down there, and you still got like the rookie.
You got a bunch of you got a bunch of guys that can see the field / just
it's your last chance to get a good receiver or like a really at least before a tier break off. Yeah. So I think I'm okay going Brian Thomas there.
He's going like a couple rounds past like what's his name there? It seems like. Like a round and a bit past those guys, so yeah.
Yeah, so that seems like a really nice value. Potentially number 1 receiver for Trevor Lawrence. So, yeah, tough to pass on that.
And again, like I mean, I know it's hard to trade, but like, if for some reason Brian Thomas is hitting, and I can maybe I can just trade one of these other guys and
trade one of your receivers for a running back. You could always do
exactly
that.
Like, I know I'm falling behind here, but I'm feeling a little bit. Maybe overconfident that I can make it work. Again, if we can just get Jalen right.
Yeah. Just like the tricky thing is, like, you kind of got to shift your brain from like the underdog mentality because like an underdog, you don't want to fall behind at receiver.
Of course,
Like you don't want to fall behind at running back. So.
Of course, yeah. And there's just so many names that I still like that are get on the field. And
for sure. I mean, we can probably make up for it with volume. Like, you will get a bunch of like the Ray Davis and Kamani Vidal, and like we'll stack up on a bunch of like high upside rookies and late round guys. So we'll be fine.
I'm praying he doesn't take. He does not take. He has a lot of receivers. Yeah, there's no way he takes. Brian Thomas.
Yeah, what would the backup plan be if he gets sniped here on Brian Thomas?
Honestly, we go to like Zach Moss and then Ford or something. I just take Moss at that point. I think.
You take Moss over Ford.
Yeah, I hope he's the RB1 there or whatever, a valuable role, and then you go to Ford. Yeah. So I'm gonna queue these guys up.
I don't know. I think you could argue Ford over Moss.
But again, ADP, I want to make sure I get both these guys. Moss just went. So,
okay.
So why, I mean, here's my argument though, right, against that is like, even if you like Ford over Moss, which makes total sense, why would you take Ford over Moss when everything suggests you're gonna get Ford next, and then if you miss out, there's still a similar bet in Chuba. Like that's just my thinking on that.
Okay.
Where like there's no more Mosses left really. Like, I mean, the closest thing is Ford or whatever, I guess. But is Elliott maybe is actually, but
I guess the difference is that like if you believe Chubb is going to be back after like missing 4 weeks and then he kind of takes over as the guy, whereas with Zach Moss you can argue he could be the RB1 on a great offense all year long,
which is why the ADP falls like it is.
So I can understand that argument.
And look at Moss went first, so like that's why I would 100% take it that way. It has nothing to do with like the player take stuff.
I get that. I also think Ty Chandler would fit nicely on this team.
Yeah, oh no, 100% got my eyes on him.
Yeah.
Corum, Wright, of course. And then Jordan Mason, by the way, another guy that I.
Oh yeah, for later. Yeah.
Rico Dowdle too. I want to come away with one of these guys. Maybe.
Yeah. And Cam Akers. In fact, I don't know if you saw
Cam Akers,
on Sleeper with Cam Akers, but here I'll pull it up. But like people are definitely like catching on to like what we've been saying about Cam Akers for a little bit now.
They are. I just got a offer declined because Cam Akers was in it with Raider.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, he said he could be the the guy behind whatever. He could be the guy in Texas.
You see, people are wising up here.
They're on it, yeah. So.
Yeah, the window may have closed on Cam Akers, but I'm sure there a few imbeciles out there that haven't caught on yet or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see if I can find this. Okay, yeah, on Sleeper it says Cam Akers the favorite for RB2 duties over Dameon Pierce? ? Yeah, so it's basically just saying like, let's see here. Yeah, it says Akers doesn't present much value on special teams, so that means if he's active, he will be pushing for carries on game days to spell workhorse starter Joe Mixon. If the Texans opt to trade away presumed number 2 back Dameon Pierce as well, Akers would become Houston's preferred backup, and fantasy's clear-cut handcuff to Mixon. Yeah, so it says, he's trending up this summer over Pierce is like the last line. So, yeah, people are definitely catching on. So, it's exciting. I've been saying this for, like, I think, like, ever since we saw that, nice
spin move
on the Hall of Fame game, it was kind of like,
you see a nice spin move and you're like, yeah.
That's all it took. That's all it took. One nice spin move. Because, like, it showed me that, like, he's healthy and that, like, he kind of looks like the old Cam Akers. So it's like at that point, he was like, the more I thought about him, like, and then when I saw Pierce get like 4 carries for 0 yards in a preseason game, and the narrative is that like he's not a good fit in the kind of zone scheme run attack that they have in Houston. So it just kind of seems like, and then also the Texans just cut Jahar Jordan, and just things just keep trending that direction more and more.
Yeah. What do you think, by the way, of like, okay, I know we need to get back a running back, but if there's ever like some weird tight end, and it doesn't have to be Hawkinson, it could be like not Conklin, but like maybe it's like Freiermuth or Schultz, where it's like, hey, and then Fant's down there too, but maybe there's a thought where it's like, let's just take a second tight end and just insurance.
Yes, and one guy.
Yeah.
Taysom Hill.
Okay, yeah. He's the backup running back for the Saints. He's the backup running back.
He's the RB2 for the Saints. Like, in a half PPR, give me all the Taysom Hill I can get.
Yeah, you know what? I'm down for that. He's like literally the definition of just like a lotto ticket each week or whatever.
Exactly.
Spin at the wheel.
But the question is, do we have the courage to draft him over?
Dude, we got sniped 1 pick on Ford, but honestly, like, dude, I hate that Cook just got signed, because I was going to say like, Elliott's there, and like he's probably just like 12 points per game or something. Or
don't draft Elliott. I would take Chandler over him. I would take Taysom Hill or Hawkinson over him. I take Hubbard. Yeah, how about like Hubbard or Chandler?
Hubbard or Chandler? Yeah. Let me think this through. Hubbard or Chandler? Yeah.
You don't really need the early season production with Gibbs and Mostert.
Yeah.
Chandler. Aaron Jones is hurt. Like, Chandler's like the RB1 on the Vikings for the whole year.
Do we go Hubbard? Yeah, we don't need it earlier, so Chandler?
I'd go Chandler personally. Yeah.
Well, and then, I could talk myself out of Elliott, because there's Dowdle and stuff, so anyway, like way later, so yeah.
I mean, Chandler at least presents upside. He's an explosive player. Aaron Jones is injury prone. It's going to be a solid offense like the Vikings always are. I think that fits your team perfectly.
I think that's fine. And then I'm a little scared because I'd love to get Corum now too. But he feels like he's not going to be there. But again, like the ADP stuff, who knows? I can't really trust it at that point for these players because Corum's the hot name.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could have considered Corum more strongly there just because of like the recent news and everything like that. But
he's probably going to be gone. But again, I don't think Chandler would have been there. But it feels like
I don't think there would have been there. So yeah, just a question of which guy you like better.
I think the thing is that it's easier to get a Chandler maybe type than a Corum, but I guess like Mason is like Corum light. I'm just trying to think because there are guys that I know you don't want to hear it, but what's his name here? I still think Antonio Gibson's similar to Chandler in a way, just not as good of an offense, so
right.
not as appealing. But
I mean, I don't think he's as fast or explosive at this point. I mean, Chandler looked really good at times last year. I mean, I like what I saw from him.
Yeah. Hawkinson goes to my pal, they're a Vikings fan, of course. So it's the Vikings are maybe I can get a bag for Jefferson if things go south. Yeah, but feels good. Like, yeah. I wonder how this team would have panned out if we took that K9. I'm not torn on it. Like, I'm just so glad we got Mostert.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And we don't have to make any lineup decisions. Just gotta pray Gibbs is hurt or good. If Gibbs is hurt, then like things could go south quick.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could have made the argument for Chuba Hubbard, like kind of as a contingency plan for if Gibbs is injured. But like, I mean, you kind of want to assume that like your earlier picks have hit already.
Yeah, you don't want to bet against them like that, though.
Yeah, and an absolute worst case scenario, if like Gibbs does get injured, like I think Chandler's going to be pretty sneaky good this year. So like, I don't think Hubbard early season would be like, yeah, I would probably prefer him over Chandler if I had to start someone early. Yeah. But like, I don't think it would be like miles apart, you know.
That's fair. Yeah, I still think it's there's a lot of uncertainty with Chandler, which leads me to like prefer like I know Hubbard's gonna. I mean, well, unless. Miles Sanders comes from the grave, but I think Hubbard's gonna be like the workhorse. So,
and but for how many weeks? Like
I know, but like, it's all about the hot start thing. So it's like the insurance to not get off to a dead start. Yeah,
but the problem is like, I mean, would you be starting Hubbard in your flex early, or I don't know? I guess you could in a half PPR, so maybe you could have considered that. But like,
he might still be there. Is the good part.
Yeah, but I mean, my worry was that like Hubbard would just be sitting on your bench while he's scoring the most points, and then by the time you need like a running back to fill in for a bye or an injury, oh well, now Jonathan Brooks is back. So I just wasn't sure if it fit your team.
No, that's.
But I mean, if he's there with the next pick, like sure, like that'd be awesome value for sure.
Yeah. And just stacking Goddard and Hurts, like again, Goddard's like falling like crazy. So if everyone was off the board, kind of getting him like in round 11 or something.
I mean, there's no way I'd take him over Taysom Hill, but like you know, if he fell out of Valley, I'd consider him for the stack.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
But also, I'm kind of concerned that like now that the Eagles have like 3 good receivers with the trading for Jahan Dotson, like I kind of wonder what that's going to do to Goddard, who like wasn't that great last year anyways. I mean, maybe, you know, you were more optimistic this year because of like the Kellen Moore coming in, but now I kind of feel like the Jahan Dotson trade kind of like potentially negates that a little. So I'm a little concerned about Goddard.
The only reason I'd ever click him is because he'd be the complete insurance on Pitts with Hurts, and then like if you don't have anything good at tight end, and let's just remove Taysom Hill from like what do you want out of your tight end? You want a guy that's running every route, and you want him probably stacked with your quarterback. I mean that's the only reason I would consider that.
Yeah, I mean maybe in a full PPR, but like in this format, I'm definitely taking Taysom Hill over Goddard. How about you?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna fight against that.
I mean, I don't know if you could pass on Taysom Hill with the next pick if he's there. I mean, it'd be tough.
He did. He's buried.
Is it?
Yeah, he's buried, and he's just like, again, that's like a bet against.
Yeah, most people don't like him, so you probably push him more.
I'm definitely not gonna like pick him like round 11 again these guys, but you know, round whatever, one of the last rounds. Yeah, there's still like guys like Noah Fant we like, so I'm not gonna.
Oh yeah. Every position.
Dude, I'm. You can't talk me out of Zeke here. You know,
Oh my God, are you serious? What's the upside?
Again, it's just this guy's gonna go out there and just like fall in the end zone. In one of the best offenses in the league.
I mean, but like,
you could go Zeke and Dowdle, dude.
Rico Dowdle could do that.
You could go Zeke and Dowdle. What? Like you're getting these guys for free. What's the issue with that?
I mean, with the Dalvin Cook signing, it kind of muddies the water. It doesn't even feel like you're necessarily.
All right, we'll get all 3 of them. No.
What?
We'll get all 3 of them, baby.
Oh my lord.
No, but like I like the Zeke and Dowdle like for free. Like you're not investing anything. These are cuttable roster spots. Anyways.
Give me an explosive talent. Give me Marshawn Lloyd. Give me Ray Davis. Give me Jalen Wright. You know, give me Rico Dowdle over.
I know,
Zeke.
but
I think that's close.
Yeah. Okay. I know. Yeah. I'm just saying like. There's at least 7 bench spots, and then you can just get your answer week 1. Like, that's not like you get your answer week 1.
I'll give you the answer right now. He's washed. Don't draft him. That's the answer.
I don't know if you can talk me out of this one. I'm salivating. He's just sitting there.
You're gonna take Ezekiel Elliott over Jalen Wright. Do I understand you correctly here?
I mean, there's so many good running backs. Like there's so many stash running backs here. Like you know.
Well, yeah, get as many as you can. You know, give me all those guys.
I know. But, I don't know. Well, let's just see what happens.
I mean, to me, he does nothing for you. I mean, if you needed an RB2, maybe you could squint your eyes and.
That's the thing. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
Go Marshawn Lloyd. Go Taysom Hill. Why don't you take Jalen Wright here?
Well, I'm just thinking.
Take Dottle. Take Dottle. If you want a Cowboys running back, take Dottle.
No, he's buried though. That's what I mean. Like, so I can wait on him. But my thing is like you can lock up. Well, yeah, I know the cook's annoying. So.
But if you take both Cowboys running backs, you're going to miss out on there's going to be a run on like all those rookie running backs, and you're getting like none of them.
Yeah.
Take upside. All you want is upside here.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking just simply because Mostert's the RB2 and Gibbs is hurt. That's the only thing leading me to that.
No, we're going to assume Gibbs is healthy, and you got Chandler.
Let's just take Wright at this point, end of round 11, and then we can just make a decision after. Like I'm not going to be torn on any of these guys over the others. So
I mean, Jalen Wright's just one of those guys that you don't want to leave your draft without. So I love the pick there.
Yeah, we're getting a pick 30. I'm not like Lloyd's gonna start probably hurts, so like I'm just not really interested in.
Yeah, I mean, at least with Jalen Wright, there's a chance you could see it early in the season if all it takes is 1 injury, or I mean, who knows?
Doubtful for me is like head and heels above Lloyd. Just like I do want to come away with Dowdle. The thing is like he is buried, and they just signed Cook, so the average brain is gonna go, Dowdle's Cook.
So. I mean, the average casual doesn't even know who Rico Dowdle is. So I get that.
So yeah, he is like kind of at the top end board. Receivers, there's some interesting names here, but someone was smart enough to take Dobbs way ahead.
Okay,
which is a good pick, really good pick.
Yeah.
But we're really good at receivers. So
I personally think you just slam running back every round here. Just slam running back.
The only two names that I would be really tempted in these two, but I want to take a running back first.
Yeah, I mean definitely don't overlook receiver. If one falls at a screaming value, go for it. But
here's something to consider. So how many running backs do we have right now? We own 4 running backs.
Mm-hmm.
One backfield's locked up hypothetically with Wright, and then you get you have your Gibbs, like literally one of our top picks. We're just betting on that, so you gotta play into that, and then Chandler hopefully emerges. So to me, I'd be fine just finishing with Jordan Mason and Dowdle, but obviously Ray Davis and stuff. But these guys can hit the waiver wire. That's my only issue with the rookie running backs.
I don't know. Ray Davis looked really good. I mean, don't you think I
love Ray Davis.
Blake Corum eating into Kyron Williams. I mean, don't we think Ray Davis could eat into James Cook and make that kind of 50-50?
Oh, 1,000%. But then I know that people don't like Bucky Irving, but I mean, it's a similar bet though. It's a similar and Braylon Allen he can't eat in, but. There's still some other names that can give you. Oh, now it's getting dirty.
So, are you saying that this is kind of maybe your last chance to get some of these interesting rookies like Jalen Polk and Adonai Mitchell, particularly?
Yeah, these guys are going to be running 100%. Well, maybe not 100% of routes, but these guys really can emerge to just destroy their ADP.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't mind taking Jalen Polk. I mean, how much further do you think you would take? Oh, who did?
Polk just went, but I'm still a little bit interested in Mitchell, just simply because he's the Downs injury, and I mean he's been getting glowing.
Taysom Hill went. We got sniped on Hill. I told you.
Goddard's still up there.
Oh my
God. Fireman. I'm not sweating the Taysom Hill thing, but it would have been nice late though. He went way ahead of ADP, but.
You see, you never know. That's the thing. You can play the ADP game, but you're going to get burned sooner or later on it.
I know, but I certainly he would have been a good pick around ADP, but I mean I'm not going to shoot myself. I'm not going to be crying about him over Goddard, right? I know you're Taysom Hill's biggest fan right now, but there's a million names here that I like too, and again the waiver wire.
Hey, there's only one Taysom Hill, Blake. There's only one Taysom Hill.
That is right. That is correct. would have been nice. So
but yeah, I'm kind of impressed. Like, I mean, yeah, I wasn't expecting like Polk to go this early, and
really?
you certainly didn't expect Taysom Hill to go that early.
Yeah. So let me just. Jalen McMillan's gonna be our he'll be our fallback guy too here at receiver. I think we'll go ahead and pass on Polk. It's kind of the same bench.
What running backs are on the board? Lloyd, I mean, it looks kind of nice here.
I prefer Ray Davis.
Yeah, let's go Ray Davis.
Yeah, and then we can hope Dowdle hits. Let's go. Yeah. Again, I know I'm suggesting other things, but the Ray Davis and Jalen Wrights, who we're heavily exposed to already.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm still trying to consider the week one, you get out there. And the guy that no one ever thought was going to be getting that high usage.
Oh yeah, I mean, Ray Davis could absolutely be one of those guys. So he just fits this build perfectly. You're trying to catch up at running back, so just take those high upside rookies with whose talent we really like.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dowdle did go. We got in a tough situation there, but that's just the way that the cards fell. We can still get Mason here. I'm gonna cue him up.
Yeah, I mean, I think Marshawn Lloyd at this point, you gotta I'm running to the podium to take Marshawn Lloyd if he's there at your next pick.
Okay. Yeah, especially for ADP as well.
Yeah.
That's a good.
I mean, Marshawn Lloyd gives you some real upside down the stretch of the season. Once he's healthy,
oh no, 100%.
I mean, he's like a young DeAndre Swift. I mean, that's who he reminds me of. Seeing him out in the field.
Yeah, exactly. He's a perfect guy against the stretch. I feel better rostering him with 7 straight up bench spots. And IR, he can go on IR right away if he's.
Yeah, and I see Wicks is still on the board. I mean, at a certain point, I don't know if I can pass on Wicks.
Yeah, again, if he's going past Mitchell and stuff, sure, I'm fine clicking Wicks.
Queue up Wicks. He's got to be in the queue.
Yeah. Again, this is where I'm starting to get fine with taking Wicks and pick 150 and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's kind of the point where you don't mind adding another receiver at a value.
Yeah. I would be interested simply because we do and what's his name there? Just something to think about that McMillan, I mean, obviously we really like, and he's actually going to be running more routes out the gate. If there is something interesting at tight end.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, wouldn't you play the ADP game or would you take McMillan over Wicks?
No. I'm just saying if we want to address tight end with one of these guys, that's
I see.
There. I would feel better about doing that than taking the Wicks and then playing the McMillan similar bet.
You know who could be kind of sneaky is Dalton Schultz. I mean, I don't hear anyone talking about him, but I know they got a lot of good receivers in Houston, but do you not want a rock solid tight end who's good year in year out on
here's why I like him.
Offenses in the NFL whose quarterback could throw for 5,000 yards and talk about red zone scoring opportunities. I'll take some Dalton Schultz.
If I'd be terrified if I was playing against Dalton Schultz, and my tight end put up 0 points or something, and then you play against Dalton Schultz on Monday night, because I know every touchdown's projected to go to the other guys.
Yeah.
But come on, Dalton Schultz is showing the ability to catch a tremendous amount of touchdowns.
Dalton Schultz is going to be one of those guys that fantasy managers this year because they want the touchdown to go to Collins or Tank Dell. Dalton Schultz. It's like the Matt Asiata effect. That we talk about sometimes. So.
Oh, he went.
Oh, Schultz went.
I think so. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
What are you gonna do? But still, I mean, he's a guy we hadn't talked about, so I'm glad we brought him up because I think that's more people should be thinking about.
I'm still a little bit interested, just in Muth. He'd be technically a pretty decent value. I've been a little interested in him, but yeah, there are a lot of tight ends that I wouldn't rank too far behind him, but.
Yeah, I mean, I would just swing on the upside of a Dontavian Wicks, of a Kamani Vidal.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vidal is buried, man. He's sitting all the way down here. So.
What about Tyrone Tracy? You should probably queue him up.
Let's see here. Where is he? Yeah, here he is. Here.
Yeah.
Who would you rather, Tracy or Vidal? Because Vidal's actually the better upside in the perfect scenario. He's not hurt.
Yeah, I wouldn't. If you wanted to reach on ADP just to get Vidal, I wouldn't mind it over Tracy. Wouldn't mind it.
And
I still think in the Giants' backfield that Eric Gray could give Tracy a run for his money.
Yeah.
So it's with Vidal, he's like the only young, really explosive, exciting like running back there in the Chargers backfield. So like, yeah, I could see Vidal over Tracy.
Exactly. So hey, I mean, Wicks did go.
But I think with the ADP, I think I'd go Lloyd and then try to get Vidal later, or Wicks. I think I'd go Lloyd or Wicks.
Wicks is gone, and okay. Maybe you're not that excited, but again, I just think Mitchell is like, he's gonna be running routes in a really, like, to me, exciting offense. Maybe not passing wise too much, but like he perfectly fits. He was working out of the slot. That's what I'm really interested in. Working out of the slot, and he perfectly fits the skill set of Anthony Richardson. He goes so.
Okay. But what about when Downs is back? Then does AD Mitchell go back to just kind of being like a meh?
I'm not even gonna worry about that at that point. Like maybe you've like got, you know, like 2 wide receiver weeks, 1 weeks out of Mitchell randomly out of that. You know, just I don't know. I'm just the week 1, you know, a little thinking brain stuff.
Yeah, I think Braylon Allen should probably be queued up too, don't you think?
I mean, yeah, but I'd rather. Let's see.
But no, I think I'd go.
I'd rather Mason. I think.
Wait, did Lloyd go?
Oh, yeah, we got Lloyd. I'm fine with that. Like, these are still droppable guys. Like at any point, at this point, right? So if we miss out on a guy,
I'm thinking either Braylon Allen or Kamani Vidal.
Let's check back in receiver again here real quick just to see who is. So McMillan was my. Oh my god.
What did you do?
Oh no.
You were trying to cue him and he drafted him?
No.
Oh my lord. We need a backseat. That's what Ron Stewart calls it. We need a backseat.
Yeah, I mean that was like what happened is that a player got drafted in the position.
Yeah.
And as I did it, and so I had clicked the draft button instead of Q on McMillan. It was draft.
I hate on ESPN. Like, I mean, I don't know if most people do it, but like, I wish it was like separate buttons. You know?
Yeah.
That doesn't happen.
The best thing is, hey, we're around 13 anyways, and these guys are gonna be dropped off a roster probably by week 2. So.
Yeah, I know, but like, you still want to like.
Dude, Braylon Allen's not even gonna get drafted, so I can just go and drop him and get Braylon Allen after.
Well, I mean, do you think they're gonna fix this or no?
No, they're not gonna fix this. I'm not worried about it. We lost out on. I don't even know who we lost out on. I mean,
lost out on. I mean,
no one really.
Maybe Braylon Allen or Kamani Vidal. All right, whatever.
Yeah, we're gonna get Braylon Allen, and I'll go sign him anyways. So, and then again, Vidal is like buried, so I'll get one of them anyways.
Yeah.
These are just like, you know, shooting for the moon here anyways for something like miracle in weeks like 1 to 3 or 1 to 4. They'll probably get cut.
Yeah, you got to be careful once like you're like on deck and your picks coming up.
I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
So.
Well. I got the draft is going on, so what can you do?
Oh yeah, I'm not worried about that. Like we're literally, this is like waiver wire, like you know,
not the end of the world.
Yeah, defense is coming off the board now. You know, that's how we know we're gonna be all right. And Miles Sanders is the top running back at ADP. That's how you really know we're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
What's the thoughts here between these running backs? I'm like, again, let's prioritize like good offenses over like Tracy, and then like third string running backs with like, you know, I'm still like, hey, what if something happens? What if that calf flares up right away? Like that's why Mason to me is just like.
Yeah, I'm going with Jordan Mason, but just on upside, if something happens to CMC, I mean that upside's enormous. So I'd get Jordan Mason.
Yeah, you already have a cool like. You know, the injury and a great offense. So by default, he's my number 1 guy.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like CMC is already banged up. Like so, like you don't even have to like wait for the injury. Like it might already be here. So yeah.
Yeah, and what's better than getting the handcuff for the first pick?
Oh yeah.
Consensus.
The handcuff is 101. So yeah, it's a great spot to be in. Mason is always efficient and productive when he gets his opportunities. So yeah, love getting some Jordan Mason. I drafted him in my home league. I mean, picked him up in some dynasty leagues before he, his name kind of got hot there. So yeah, love him.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a. If I get any injury early, I'm gonna have to be active on the wire here. Hope I get a breakout. Just looking at the bench, Chandler's the only guy. That feels like he can be slotted in.
Yeah.
Like week 1 or whatever.
But hey, I mean, you already got like an easy player you can drop for someone on the waiver wire with Josh Reynolds. So hey, like that's perfect.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, and this is why this is the only reason I was pounding a potential table here for Zeke is like. You can just like throw him in your lineup and he's not gonna disappoint you as much as you like say there's no upside.
Oh, he'll disappoint you.
No, he won't disappoint you in the first half of the week of whatever the thing, and then you could just
it's gonna be like
if he's disappointing you
11 carries for 33 yards and you're praying he falls into the end zone.
Who did we draft over Zeke? Jalen Wright. So,
yeah.
Okay. We own Mostert, but if we didn't own Mostert. I mean, Jalen Wright would be on the waiver wire far before Zeke.
Not if Mostert or A-Chain get hurt in week 1. Yeah.
You're right, but hey.
It's not worth it. I mean, there's just no upside with Zeke. There's just zero upside. Yeah. League this shallow. I only care about upside when I'm getting into.
Like I wanted a Cowboy running back, so.
Yeah.
I'm just sad about that.
All right.
I'll have to get the man Greg Dortch sitting here too if I need to get active on the waiver wire. But Michael Wilson is sitting there. I mean, DeMario.
Yeah, I like. Actually, that's kind of nice value at this point. So I don't mind that.
Yeah. I mean, DeMario is a little interesting too. He doesn't really score touchdowns, where Michael Wilson has much more upside to score touchdowns.
Yeah, half PPR is a little less interesting, but you can talk me into it, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I don't. I just kind of.
I definitely talk.
I just kind of want to keep taking shots at running back. Like, I don't think you can have too many.
I know you can't have too many, but like, I can just like I don't really have a preferred like for all these guys. Cam Akers is here somewhere too. Like, there's just so many.
Oh yeah, let's not forget about Cam Akers.
There's a million running backs that we like here, and they're constantly going to be flowing in early season in and out of the lineup, anyways. Well,
yeah, I mean, if you want to take Michael Wilson, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I mean, you can't draft Michael Wilson like. If he's here, you can't draft him you might not even get him off the waiver wire, right? So, and he's a guy week 1 that can just surprise. So,
sure.
like he'll be running all the routes.
He's kind of like a sneaky second year breakout candidate. So yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I know we're like behind on running back, and we played pretty heavy catch up, but again, I just want to prioritize guys that probably can just stick on the roster and surprise week 1. Yeah,
I mean, you could make even a better case for Wilson if we had gotten a running back instead of the Josh Reynolds debacle. But
I wish we got Wilson instead of Reynolds. But again, hey, you live and you learn. Anything else we can think of? Why is it on quarterback? I didn't do that. Oh, so Braylon Allen actually did go, but this is the second last round, and people are gonna be dropping stuff. I'm not sweating any of these. And Cam Akers is. Actually, probably a better pick than Braylon Allen for week 1.
Audric Estime is another guy you could throw on there. I know you like him.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you my favorite running back right now is Cam Akers.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a real path for Cam Akers. I mean, especially even looking at the starter, Joe Mixon, he's old, he's been washed. I mean, Cam Akers could be the dude, at some point, so.
What if we went out week 1 and Cam Akers had 35% of snaps, looked amazing, and then just slowly starts, I can see that. What I can't see is the dull coming out week 1. It'd be the must-own guy. He's going to be playing special teams or whatever, the report was. Obviously, he's going to play special teams. He's a third-string running back. He's going to be on the waiver wire. You can pick him up for the second half of the season.
Yeah, I can see that. So, but yeah, Cam Akers is a guy week 1. You might kind of know what you have, and I could see him being the top name on waiver wire columns. Exactly. After week 1. So yeah, get Cam Akers.
Yeah, that's how I'm leaning. Oh, we only have one bench spot.
I would queue up. Oh, wait, I guess we probably don't have room because this is the last offensive player pick, but, Jalen McMillan's still there.
Yeah.
Maybe you can drop Reynolds and, pick up McMillan.
Well, I'm going to go get, oh, no. I was going to say, we can take Wilson, and then we can just drop Reynolds for Akers. Because, Akers is buried.
Okay.
But, there is, couple guys.
But do you want to fight for Akers on like waivers, or is that a guy? I mean, is that a guy that could be like people are fighting for over after the draft? Like, ooh, like he's like trending up on, by ESPN, you can like sort waivers by like its percentage of like that people are adding the most.
You know what? Yeah, because between
kind of hot right now, so I might just get Akers and not have to fight over him.
It's tough because McMillan and Akers are hot.
Yeah. But I think more people know Akers than McMillan. But I mean,
they definitely know that he tore his Achilles twice more, though. Then they probably even know who McMillan is. But I don't know. I think either way, you'd probably be safe on both of them. He is like literally so buried, it's not funny. Also, look at Will Shipley. He's an interesting guy.
Oh yeah, I like Will Shipley.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably go Akers, but I mean, if you have your heart set on McMillan, I don't dislike it. But it's just like, when are you going to use McMillan? I mean, you're so loaded at receiver,
Yeah. You're right. Okay. Yeah, sure, whatever. We'll take.
Yeah, let's not do that again.
I don't know. Yeah. You can talk me into it because at receiver there is Greg Dortch. So I'm
and like in these shallow leagues, like receivers are a dime a dozen. Like there's always going to be like good receivers on the waivers, like interesting like young upside receivers. Like you can always grab like I mean Jalen McMillan, like he'll have like 30 yards receiving week 1, and he'll be on waivers week 2 if he's even drafted.
Do you think there's a sign like this is a sign that we need Josh Reynolds?
I mean, in all seriousness, the Broncos did cut Tim Patrick. And there was a notification on Sleeper saying that like Josh Reynolds is gonna have a larger role this year. So I mean, he's not exciting, but like I mean, he could.
Are we point of the 0.7 mega minds here? We're part of the 0.7.
Okay, yeah, maybe it's just meant to be. Yeah, Josh Reynolds.
Yeah. Hey, week 1, baby. Could go out there.
I mean, if you want to talk about something that could be like relevant after week 1, I mean, I could see like Josh Reynolds with like 6 catches for 70 yards, like a touchdown randomly week 1. But yeah, I mean, his upside's limited, but yeah, he could be out there producing right away. All right, so you just need a defense now?
Yeah, which like, I don't know if we roll the die here and just like close our eyes and click one, or if we got to take. So Bears, I mean, Chiefs, right immediately Chiefs like stands out to me.
Yeah. Probably Chiefs or Bears or.
Chiefs were just what a great. I mean, at least I don't know about fantasy, but like what a great NFL defense they were last year.
I mean, the Lions defense I think was kind of pretty good fantasy wise, and they addressed their secondary issues. Okay. They put some high picks in the draft.
I'm willing to pass on that personally. Yeah, I can't have Nick Mullins out there.
That hurts, Blake.
I can't have Nick Mullins out there in playoff weeks just tearing them up. Yeah, Bills D's regressed heavily, but Texans I think are probably another interesting one.
What about Packers? I mean, they always seem to have a pretty good defense.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like what the hell they've been done.
They do play the Eagles week 1, but
who they play the Ravens. Who has a good matchup?
I mean, but yeah, it's week 1. It'll probably be a low scoring game.
Who did the Bears play week 1? I can just pick them up.
They play the Titans. Bears play the Titans.
Oh my god.
So yeah, that I took the Bears in my home league.
The only issue is like if you want the Chiefs, like I don't know who their week 2 matchup is.
Doesn't say. That's last year's schedule.
Shoot. Whatever. I can just pick up the Bears if I want. I should be able to. I'm just gonna click the Chiefs in case they have a good like week 2 matchup.
Yeah.
And like
or maybe it's kind of defense you can just like start every week regardless of matchup if they're that good. So I can see that.
Probably. Hey, Thursday night games are the snooze fest. So.
Yeah. I think they'd be fine week 1 against the Ravens.
Here's a little, I mean, offenses tend to probably start slower. In my mind, they would start slower early in the season.
Right.
And at least open up opportunity for some turnovers and stuff.
Yeah.
So they get Bengals, which I don't even know if that's like necessarily like a terrible matchup. Then you get Falcons, Chargers, Saints. That's a pretty good combo.
I mean, if they're a good defense, like I think they'll be able to withstand that. I mean, Bengals usually start out the season kind of slow. It seems like, so I think they'll be fine.
They lost Snead, who was the top corner, but McDuffie has seemed to emerge. So as long as their secondary is intact still, they seem to be pretty solid.
Yeah.
Front seven. So. And I love Chris Jones. I would never like bet on a guy to get a sack in a game, but I did that a few times with Chris Jones, and every time he hits it, I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like on the parlays, nice. So
yeah,
I think it was Christmas. I had a parlay with Chris Jones in it. He got a sack like one of the first plays of the game. I was like,
oh nice.
Guys. Yeah, I had some Viking stuff in there too, and Montgomery I think touchdown, and yeah, it all came together that Christmas day.
Yep, very nice.
What a time to be alive.
Yep, Merry Christmas.
I'm trying to like check people's teams, but I just hate this thing. It's just stupid. Here's
yeah. Should we review your team?
Yeah. I just wanted to take a look at this series again.
Okay.
B. Robin is flex. I like to start for sure. Got some good bench guys though. He has way more like projected points on his bench. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to see if there's another guy too. His brother. It's a pretty good lineup actually. Starting lineup. He goes Jaden Daniels late. Probably a great draft pick for where you got him.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Week 14 and 12 buys. He's gonna be cooked week 14, man.
Right.
I've never seen somebody week 14 and 12 buys.
Yeah. Hopefully you play him lineup.
It's literally his entire lineup, but Mike Evans. Like actually.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then even his bench, but that'll change. So, it's pretty funny. So, what do we got here? Okay, let's review the team here. I guess let's do a round by round this time.
I always do it by position, at the end.
Okay. All right.
I do, the quarterback room. So Jalen Hurts, no backup, right?
Yeah,
you don't need one.
Yeah, we can't see them, but actually, hold on.
Yeah, you can go to your
I'll go
to like if you want, but
I'll check after, I guess. And I don't know how to do it. So, Hurts, amazing. 4 passing touchdown.
Can't get any better. Yeah.
Hopefully QB1.
Yep.
Gibbs. I mean, hey, screw Monty. Get him out of there.
Yeah.
I'm the biggest Monty hater now. Great start though to get him round 2.
Oh yeah, phenomenal.
And then you get
Mostert is your RB2.
Yeah, I mean that feels great, obviously with Jalen,
I love that. Great value on him. Yeah.
Maybe we should have considered Vacky. Maybe I should consider Vacky, and like at some point, if there's any ever considering concerning news, probably not. I know that Monty's gonna get every carry if Gibbs is out. Yeah. But I wonder if like there's a world where Vacky is just.
I mean, I would say keep an eye on Vacky, but I don't think you need to like add him off the waivers yet.
No, not right now. But I just like
keep an eye on him.
Yeah, keep an eye.
And then your RB3 is what? Ty Chandler. Yeah, and
Ray
then
Davis. I really think Ray Davis is just as good as a bet as Ty Chandler is early season. In fact, I just think Ray Davis is probably still just a better running back. As much as I like Ty Chandler and explosive as he is, I actually think it's going to be easier for Ray Davis to take over his backfield without injury, I guess, is what I'm...
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if Aaron Jones is healthy, I could see that argument.
Because, like, Ray Davis has the goal line potential stuff, and let's just say they're actually handing the ball off and not giving it to Allen versus...
Yeah.
They'll be getting there more often.
That's the tough thing is, like, are they, is Josh Allen really not going to be having, like, double-digit rushing touchdowns again? So it's like, that's the biggest obstacle. That's why, like, a Vikings running back, I feel like has the potential to score more touchdowns. But you never know. Things can always change.
One thing I will say is, we had Cook and Peterson forever, but if you look at, like, the numbers of them since they lost Cook, well, I guess that was just 1 year, but whatever. Like, in the end of Cook's kind of tenure, too, they have to be the most inefficient team running inside the 5. Like, it's a negative play every time. Like seriously. Somehow, some way.
Yeah.
We should look into that because I think you'll be pretty surprised at how bad it's like Matt Asiata if he was running like at the 50-yard line is what happens. I know at the 1 he'd punch it in, but it's the opposite of that. So
maybe they need to bring back Matt Asiata. Maybe that's the answer.
Yeah, they're good everywhere until they get inside the 5, and then it's like in Madden if like the defense ran commit up the middle, and then they run it up the middle, and then they lose a yard. So that's.
But I mean, hopefully Chandler can break off a big play, and he doesn't have to get into the red zone.
So Aaron Jones has to be one of like the highest injury risk guys too at running back, just off history.
Yeah.
So we at least get the cut for that. And
I like the Chandler pick. Jalen Wright, Ray Davis, yeah, we should have had a running back there, but yeah, we had a little snafu. But we got Jordan Mason and Cam Akers, a couple of very hot handcuffs right now. So I love that you
really good offenses. Yeah, really good offenses.
Oh yeah, 49ers, Texans, can't get any better than that. So I love those picks there.
Yeah, hopefully nothing happens in the starting lineup in the first few weeks, so we can like let those play out and see.
Yeah. So, do you think you're going to pick up another running back when you drop Josh Reynolds? And if so, what running back would that be?
Can I not do that right now? Or...
It depends on your league settings, but yeah, look, click on players. At the top screen.
Okay.
Yeah, players. Okay, looks like waivers. So they go through on Friday. So yeah, Thursday night you can put in last chance to like put in your claims.
How do I?
Yeah, tomorrow night.
How the heck do I even like?
You click on like the orange plus.
If you want to put but how do I sort my running back?
Oh, go to the top. You see the positions at the top. No, to the left.
Oh, here, yeah.
Right back.
Something on this website.
Vidal there. Is Shipley there? Oh, Tank Bigsby is there. That's kind of interesting. I think he'd be better this year. Estime, Eric Gray.
Who's the other guy we're thinking? Oh, wait, hold on. Did I want to see one thing right
now. Vidal didn't get drafted. I probably
did. Did McMillan didn't get drafted? He's gonna be actually on the field week 1. Like that's how I want to tie break personally.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see going McMillan. Okay.
Because I can still pick up Vidal week 5.
Yeah, that's true. Probably. Here, click on my team. Let's review your receiver room and tight end room.
I'm just gonna sling this in.
Put it in now. Yeah.
Can I just like call him? Let me just get rid of Reynolds. This is how I like doing business here, by the way.
Okay.
How do I just drop him?
Just click on him and say drop.
Yeah, get him the hell out of there. I don't like waiting.
Just a bad memory of.
I just want to set the tone, like. Just let him know. It's a short leash, boys.
I'm not even sure if I'd put in a claim on McMillan. I just let him pass through waivers and add him for free, because then you'll stay higher in the waiver order if he does it, unless you have Fab.
Yeah, I mean, I know that Sleepers, like Dynasty, still kind of works like that, but it is Fab as well.
So there is Fab in this league?
No, I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, I'm so not used to that now after playing so much...
Right.
Yeah, so I'm so used to like it always being yellow in Dynasty.
Yeah.
There's no like green period of just like pick them up, but
I mean in some leagues there's a green period. I mean like in Blood and Beers you had that green period for a while there in the off season, but then they changed it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I never even thought about that. So I'll wait and I'll just
just let them pass. Let them pass through waivers and then just add them for free.
Maybe there's some more information too on who I can pick.
Yeah, because you want the highest possible priority in the waiver order, like after week 1 when like you get a lot of information and like that's the hottest week for waivers.
So real quick before I just wanted to see how I projected week 1 against other guys in the league, and it looks like I'm probably just like, again, they know these are stupid, but because we don't have any information, but this guy I'm playing, and luckily is like projected 93 points, and let's check his team out real quick. Yeah, he has everyone in the lineup, so I mean I feel like at least somewhat decent that he apparently has the weakest starting lineup at the start of the season, although he does have a stack and stuff. But anyways, let's check out the team. Yeah, let's get back there. So
so wide receiver room, you got Justin Jefferson, DJ Moore, Amari Cooper, Deontay Johnson. Pretty nice foursome there. Yeah. And then on the bench, Brian Thomas, and I think that's it, right? And then you'll probably pick up Jalen McMillan. So yeah, great receiver room.
Yeah. Again, tight end. Hopefully, Pitts.
Yeah,
can just take that leap. Because imagine if he does take that leap and you get him at the end of all those tight ends, like that's a steal. And I'm just the biggest Kirk Cousins guy. So I did hear Kirk Cousins talking about Pitts, and this has nothing to do with his value and how he's gonna perform. But like Kirk is just such like he's just such a good leader, such a good guy, and he like. He was not being easy on Pitts, but like in the best way possible. Like that's where I feel like it's kind of this like matchmaking made in heaven to go get London and Pitts that have been underperforming for every good reason. Yeah. And then Kirk Cousins goes in there and I think Pitts was like throwing up or like he was like getting early in the offseason, and Cousins basically was like, has been pushing him this entire time. He's like, that's a great route, but like you can do it better. Like that was a great catch, but like that cannot hit your body. Like you got to put your arm. And it's just like I don't know. I love hearing that from like Cousins. Like he's not gonna let Pitts be anything but perfect. Basically,
I love it. That's awesome.
So there's my like vibes take at least where.
Yeah. I mean, and look at like T.J. Hockenson. I mean, he was the #1 tight end in fantasy, like pretty much like before he got hurt. So like, can Kyle Pitts be the T.J. Hockenson for Kirk Cousins? So like, exciting to think about. Yeah. And we know he's like the greatest tight end prospect ever. So like, let's see that all that potential finally come to fruition here. So this is gotta be the year. If it's not this year, it's never gonna happen.
Yeah, it really, unless there's of course, hopefully Cousins stays healthy. But yeah, without the saying, I think there's great potential for him to be used like actually for real in the red zone this time. And not like Mikhail Pruitt. So please.
Arthur Smith is gone. Like hallelujah. Like wheels up for everyone on the Falcons. You know, Bijan, Drake London, Kyle Pitts. Like we got Cousins in there. Like come on, this is it.
Yeah, I actually love that we got Brian Thomas to add him there at the last second. I had to click him after.
The only thing though that would have been nice about taking a running back there is like then you could like have a flex option for your running back. I think that'd be the one criticism of this team is like in a half PPR, like would you rather have 1 or 2 running backs in those flex spots?
Yeah, you know what? I was thinking that as well. That might be how the team was built, where I would have like 3 running backs in the starting lineup for sure.
Yeah, 3 running backs, 3 receivers.
Again, week 1, who really cares? These guys are gonna be running like 100% of the routes, so
but obviously, like you kind of took. I mean, obviously you didn't do 0 running.
I guess I should have lowered DJ a little bit too. I know that was kind of more like a panic pick, but just like he's not going to be projected.
I mean, actually, you had a lot of time left in the clock when you picked DJ. I think you just kind of had your heart set.
Sorry, Deontay Johnson. I meant.
Deontay Johnson.
Because like there was some more touchdown upside players there just everywhere, but I don't know. I'm just
for fun. Click on draft recap. I think it's under league. Like hover over league at the top.
Draft recap.
To the left.
Wait, I'm so like.
Up.
Left.
Yeah, league. Okay, go to draft recap. Okay. Just for fun, go to the round where you took Deontay Johnson. And let's see, like, what running backs went after Deontay that you could have had. Okay, like Zamir White, Najee Harris.
Yeah, David Montgomery was there, but again, I was.
Yeah, I was pushing for him.
Yeah, I was still. I was still against him. I think Aaron Jones, like, so he got sniped in the head. I mean, when you were asking me, I gave Aaron Jones the answer, even though it's definitely not going to be the right answer. But we knew we liked Chandler, and we could just like load up on that backfield for pretty cheap.
Yeah. What about Javonte Williams? You wish you'd gone Javonte Williams around 6?
You know what? Yeah, I think the real answer to that question, and we were just hyping up Pitts, but Kincaid would have felt good as well there. And then, because I did realize he won't be there in round 7, and obviously Kincaid goes as much higher in underdog, all that stuff, and just valuable. But, Pitts worked out. Yeah, Javonte would have been interesting for sure.
Yeah. Even like I don't know, in a half PPR, Brian Robinson, you could kind of make a case for.
Yeah, I've been hot on Brian Robinson. He won a pick before, so but I was already kind of set on taking Pitts there. So I don't know. It kind of Mostert was like
Brian Robinson.
Mostert will really be like the make or break here of like he's either gonna like perform early and maybe stay healthy to like the point where it was like awesome, just not taking one of these other guys and just like loading up on all this upside at receiver in the mid rounds there, or if he gets hurt early, I could really fall behind and
but I mean if you can like survive the season early and wait for some injuries to happen where guys like Ray Davis, Jordan Mason, Cam Akers could emerge, then you could really be in business. Even Ty Chandler with the Aaron Jones injury. Or even like if you get an A-chain injury, then all of a sudden you got like the 2 Dolphins starting running backs and like both those guys smashing. So like if you can just survive the early part of the season with this team, I think you're gonna be in great shape. You're absolutely stacked at receiver. You know, you got the best quarterback. I mean, really awesome tight end in Pitts. So team's looking pretty good. You know, a few things we could have done better, but like very, very solid team.
Yeah, this team needs to be really, really active week 1 on whatever's on the wire. I'm gonna be overreacting this year. I'm not gonna miss on Kyren. Or whoever it is. You know, week 1, you can look back every time. Like week 1, there's just like some league winner on waivers, and no one wants to believe it, or I don't want to believe it, and I'm gonna try to, you know, not make that mistake this year.
Yeah, I wish I had believed more in Kyren after week 1. I mean, I was like, I remember I was advising my friend on waivers like week 1, and I basically said like spend like as much money as it takes to get Puka. You know, and, you know, for Kyren, I basically was saying like in $100 fab budget, I said like, you know, I could see going like, you know, 15 to 18 bucks on like a Kyren, but I still wasn't like totally sold. Like obviously it should have been a lot higher than that. So thankfully my friend got Puka. He didn't get Kyren, but God, can you imagine if you got both those guys off waivers? Like you're going to win your league.
Oh yeah, dude, like 100%.
Yeah,
Kyren was just like
when those guys emerge in week 1, like just go in and get them.
Yeah, absolutely. Like so, and you know, I'll probably just drop. Like at that point, I'll figure that out. But you know, with that empty bench spot, whoever I pick up, I'll probably just drop them and maybe just someone that looks like they don't. Are buried or something, but whatever. You know,
you could even drop the Chiefs defense just to pick up like 2 guys off of waivers, and then just decide like, you know, drop one of them and pick up a defense like right before week 1. So that's another thing you could do if you just want to like stash some guys.
That would be interesting to me to do from week 1 to 2 when, like maybe like from week 1 to 2 if there's a couple waiver wire guys and I'm trying to like. You know,
that'd be a good time to do it too.
Yeah,
but I mean, do you kind of want to see what you have in the Chiefs' defense? Are you thinking?
Yeah, I like their weeks 2 to 4 matchups, and I just whatever they showed they were a pretty like they carried them to a Super Bowl last year. Like their offense was not good. So
I mean, you might want to look at like the scoring settings for defense in this league and see like how many points can they get you each week. You know what I mean? Like, is it significant or is it kind of inconsequential?
I would say it's whatever standard is, but. Good question.
Yeah, let's go. Settings.
Yeah, I kind of was scrolling through here and I didn't notice anything different.
So what is it for like points and yards allowed? Let's see.
I don't think there's anything for yards allowed, right? Like.
Oh really?
Wait. Oh, there is. Is that an ESPN thing?
I think that's kind of the standard. Yeah. So you can get 5 points if they allow like less than 100 yards, and you can get 5 points if they allow 0 points. So. It's not too crazy. So I don't think it's overly important based on what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, I rarely play ESPN, and when we did, we fixed the settings off whatever the standard thing was.
Yeah.
Because the commissioner didn't like it at all, and we kind of just went to like the Yahoo one where yards just aren't involved at all, and it's all about points. But maybe I need to be open to see how these yard stuff work, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't look too significant. I mean, like how often is a team gonna shut out and like allow fewer than 100 yards? So I mean, obviously then it goes down to like 4, 3, 2, so it's like you're not getting a ton of points based on like not allowing many points in yards. So I don't think defense matters too much. I think you can stream it. So personally, I'd have no issue dropping the Chiefs defense and picking up an extra player. But if you like them, go for it. Nothing wrong.
There's not enough of a player from now to week 1 where I'm gonna be like killing myself if I didn't get them off the waiver wire. It's more like after week 1. That
I think that's probably right. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it gives me something at least on Thursday
to watch. Yeah, that's always fun. Yeah, for sure. I like that.
Gotta get my chips in there. So
then when it's like a really like awful, low scoring, typical crappy Thursday game, like, hey, well, this is great for my fantasy team because like the Ravens have barely scored. So yeah,
exactly. Totally. Actually, get that Friday and a couple.
For the
Sunday. Everything's Sunday. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I want to go back to that matchup thing real quick. I just want to see what the. I feel like an old man, just like trying to figure out how to like do desktop ESPN. That's a little
I know, right?
Like on the phone's one thing, but then.
You see, now you know how old people feel, like struggling with technology.
Dude, yeah, like I'm just so used to like Sleeper being just built for.
Yeah.
I mean, literally built for people that don't know like how to play fantasy. I mean, that's how. Yeah, I don't know if you know that, by the way. I mean, I didn't know that for a while. Sleeper was built by people I believe in Asia, but like, or I could have said a lot of Asian people like on the team, but I think it was like some foreign company or something that, or maybe it was like Japan or something, and they're just like, oh, like fantasy football's big, like maybe we should get into that, and they're like, nobody knew anything about fantasy football on the team that developed it. Oh, wow. They're like, let's learn about it, but like let's make this as accessible to. Like, let's make it for someone that doesn't understand fantasy football one bit, and let's make it geared towards them. But like, while doing that, also making it like great for people that do know how to do it. Because if someone that doesn't know how to play fantasy football can do it, of course,
then everyone can.
Everyone can. So
exactly. Yeah,
rather than so I thought it was a really cool story on Sleeper, and just like why they color code everything and just all that stuff. It just makes it so easy on the eyes.
Right.
Figure it out, but. Yeah. Anyways,
is this your week 1 matchup?
Yeah. We got to project here, Dan. What were we thinking? Week 1 here.
Why is it like grayed out? I can barely read it.
I know. Like, this is what I'm talking about, man. Like, what is going on here?
Oh, here. Click on scoreboard. You clicked on the wrong thing. Click on scoreboard.
This I tell you. Like.
Okay, then click on box score. No, box score.
This is stupid.
Okay, now that's a little better.
This is awful. You can't see the pictures now. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna complain about everything on ESPN, but it gives you a little check mark, so that's funny.
Yeah, there you go. Real fast.
No, it's what? Oh, okay. He's got a positional advantage. I don't know how this works. Like,
but yeah, it's almost even. Like you have like very similar projections, like a point of difference.
All of a sudden, he's projected for like not 93, so I don't know. Anyways, but positionally, yeah.
Yeah, decent team.
So,
decent team.
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Hopefully I don't start too slow. It'd be tragic. I get chirped every day. I go play football with these guys. So.
Right, and you're the guru. You got the YouTube channel, and you come on. The dynasty savvy reputation is at stake here.
Can't let them know that, and my excuse is can't win them all. If we I meant to click K9 and I didn't mean to click Josh Reynolds. So
it was that Josh Reynolds pick that just threw everything off.
Absolutely.
Got the built-in excuse. I love it.
So I don't know what we got here. I don't know if you want to do try to get a best ball draft in, or if it's running too late here for you. What do you think?
I'm tempted. I don't know. I mean, is this one of our last chances to do one?
We can check. I don't know why I did that. I liked what we did yesterday. That's why I was a little excited. Just getting our
we were
hiving and getting our exposure. It was pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you're getting me in the mood.
Yeah, there's still a good 50,000, but man, that, it's just constantly ticking, and the percents, it's.
Yeah.
I think it's behind a bit, right? Because we can't see there's a bunch of slows going on right now. There's 1 million slows from weeks ago.
Right.
Backfilled, and I believe when those are done, then it starts hitting this, and I don't know, whatever. I think that's how it works, but.
I mean, you could probably talk me into it. I mean, how long do these drafts usually take? 45 minutes?
Yeah, something like
that. You could talk me into it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, put 10. Of course you do. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some water.
Yep. You know what? One thing that I felt a little, we can feel a little bit better about. I can, is, what? We did get round 4 Hurts to come back around, so my brain just trying to save face. Let's just pretend K9 was off the board. I ended up clicking Hurts in round 3, which is I think a great pick, and then I DJ Moore in round 4. What the heck, I just gotta pretend those guys were flipped.
Hurts and DJ Moore.
Yeah, I was like, hey, I just got a wide receiver 1, and then round 4. Come on, like, that's easy. So, the Hurts pick. Come on, that makes up for it. Like, yeah, actually, okay. Here's the interesting too. I wonder how that would have drafted if I was just sitting here alone too. By the way, because like, it's of course gonna go much different with anyone else. But I wonder if I even like go in here like what I do if the first round, 2 rounds were gonna go the same. But I wonder what just like would it change and how the team would look up like. If only you could see like these certain things.
Yeah,
but
compare the two. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
I wonder where just my mind would have went because you can get into this like rabbit hole of thinking by yourself. Or I'd love to compare the two things, and I still feel pretty good about that team. I think the only here we go 101 baby. I think the only nitpick would be I just messed up that 3rd round, and then Deontay Johnson didn't feel like a great pick. So.
Yeah. So wait, what do you wish you had done in the 3rd round then? So that's where you took DJ Moore. Yeah. Oh yeah. So
Kyler Murray was sitting there so late, like round 7 or 8. Like I think that would have been still the optimal way. Like,
okay. So what would you have taken? Like Kenneth Walker round 3? You're saying? I mean, that would have felt a little early, but I wouldn't have hated it.
That's just like where he goes, like round 3-4 turn. So.
I mean, I didn't think Walker was ever going before round 4, so like.
Well, that's where he went. He went like at 3-4, like maybe the guy literally on the turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I should have known that he wasn't gonna be there, and does he that big of a difference maker? Maybe in my head he is right now. I don't know if he really will be, but CMC here for exposure. Or... Like, what do you think here? CMC or Lamb? Is this a decision or?
Oh gosh, I'm probably thinking CMC, but I could go either way.
We'll take CMC because then you can just kind of literally ignore running back and build a super room around CMC. We won't draft Mason, but we can get Akers and stuff. And hey, he's part of the hive, baby. So.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, so that was 100% the right decision. Then we're hiving today.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the one thing about your redraft. You'll never be satisfied. And then the one other thing I realized is like half those players are not even gonna end up on my team by like mid-season. Whatever.
Yeah, you're gonna churn it.
Yeah, so just whatever it is. People get injured, cut.
Oh yeah, a lot changes. Like we think we know everything now, and then the bullets start flying, and it's like by the time you're like. In the fantasy playoffs, like half your roster that you drafted is like on waivers.
Exactly, yeah. So something I keep in perspective, but I do still think that was a pretty solid draft.
It was a very solid draft, and like I'm the same way. Like after any draft, like you're always thinking like, ooh, like I could have done this better, that better, but
and like probably you're coming away with like 2 guys that should be going in the top 12. Of drafts.
I mean, DJ Moore, we could look back and say, like, he should have been going, like, in round 1. I mean, he could be awesome. So, like, you can't complain about getting him in round 3, getting Hurts in round 4.
He should be going. Not to mention
Jefferson at the 108, freaking Jahmyr Gibbs in round 2. Like, I mean,
Mostert round 8.
Start was awesome. Yeah, you get Mostert late. So, like, you pulled it off 100%.
Yeah. And the other thing, I was that's how I've kind of, like, came around. Part of my thinking on the DJ Moore and Nico Collins were, like, maybe I just haven't been high enough. I was like thinking, just looking at like realistic kind of like projections for them. Mm-hmm. Even with all his most of the feed, and I'm like, man, like, these guys already were finishing like the top 10 or points per game and stuff like that, and the quarterback plays, both of them will take a step, regardless of competition, and I'm just like, I'm like looking at the names that going ahead of them and stuff like that, and I'm like, well. I don't know, like, what's a better pick, Waddle or, like, Nico Collins? Like, now I'm on Team Nico over Waddle, I think. Okay. So it's just, like, he's, like, the wide receiver 1 where, like, Waddle, like, literally has to hope for, like, an injury. I mean, I know he can have spike weeks in best ball, but, man, like, Nico's going to have his spike weeks no matter what, and, like, what if he leads the team in touchdowns? Like, what if they're throwing 40 touchdowns? My mind is like it's blowing up thinking about all this upside that actually exists.
I mean, Nico Collins could be the wide receiver one. I still think I'm on team Stefon Diggs though as the wide receiver one in Houston. That's personally what I think.
I actually think. Yeah, I actually think probability will suggest that Nico will still be, and just throwing ADP out the window. But that doesn't mean that. But real life real life wide receiver one stuff and so for fantasy that might not translate.
Okay.
For who runs hot on the touchdowns and stuff, but I don't know. In my brain, Nico probably is the NFL wide receiver one. Just lining up as X.
I guess if you say from a snaps perspective, maybe Nico Collins is the favorite to lead in snaps, but I don't think Diggs is going to be far behind, at all.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and that's fair, and it's reflected in ADP, but yeah, it's probably not great to be all Diggs and 0 Nico for me. So.
Yeah, I mean, you probably want to get a share somewhere if you can.
Yeah.
All right, so what are we thinking here for our next couple picks?
Let's pull up some of these actual matchups. Oh wait. So the Dolphins and Niners actually do play each other in week 16, I believe.
Dolphins and who?
In the Niners, this is just a match made.
Oh, that's juicy. That is really juicy right there.
Yeah, and then Dolphins play the Texans, which is also the high. Whew. Nice. And sometimes you can't even care about how good the defenses are. You gotta care about how damn good these offenses are. Just
because we don't know. A defense we think could be good, could be terrible. They could be decimated by injuries by the end of the season. So I'm not worried about that.
Exactly. So we can go Waddle.
I mean, I was thinking this could be a Waddle team. This could be Ayuk.
Ayuk, but we would have to go with CMC as all. So if you're fine with that, that's a double stack, and I'm fine with that. But he hasn't been practicing or anything like that, and
is it starting to get a little concerning on Ayuk at this point?
A little bit, honestly, for me. Just maybe not for best ball, but What about DJ Moore though? Do you just like him flat out more? And he's part of the other hive.
Part of that second hive, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna click DJ Moore because he's practicing and stuff, and you just don't want a 0.
It's a DJ Moore in the third round kind of night here, so let's double down on
that's DJ right. Moore. That's right. I was just complaining about taking him.
Yeah, it's why not just do it again?
Yeah, do it again. I'm never gonna learn from my mistakes here, man. It's
I mean, apples and oranges. They're a totally different draft, but no, come on, DJ Moore in the third round of underdog, where wide receivers are pushed up, that's phenomenal.
Yeah, and at price of, I guess we probably.
I don't know. I mean, we could have considered Diggs. I mean, should we have considered Diggs there? Get some of that, Houston.
Yeah, let's try to go out of our way for Schultz. Try to get some leverage on those Texans pass catchers. Let's try to find a way to do that this draft. I have no Schultz.
I'm assuming both Diggs and Dell are going to be gone by our next picks.
Yeah. By the way, Andy B, good to see you back here. So ESPN drafts are the best. He got Lamb, Marvin, London with his first 3 picks, which are unheard of on Underdog.
Yeah.
I will. So, let us know, how did your running back room pan out? Which is my concern about my draft. And I appreciate you saying that the team looks solid. I'm not concerned about the running back room out of volume, but I'm interested to see how yours panned out, because receivers are really deep on ESPN, and not playing into that can set you a little bit behind the 8 ball. But
Andy, let us know what your scoring settings are for your league. Is it full PPR, half, none, and how many players you're starting each week if you don't count kicker and defense? Is it start 7, start 8, start 9? Let us know.
It's just too bad, the Diggs or Dell is it's just not there. But
yeah,
man, I'm so torn on this Rashee Rice. I think you got to play the Worthy side of this, or the Hollywood if you want to get a Chiefs receiver.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely on Team Worthy over Team Rice. Not that I'm totally against Rice, but I like Worthy.
It's not full PPR either, so yeah, Worthy, and you just get him around later. So yeah, I can see that. It's just that Rice had that massive discount, and
Yeah, it sucks that you're not getting it now, so it just kind of puts you at a disadvantage against like teams that were drafted earlier.
And like we were saying yesterday, I think the information kind of evens that out. But regardless, if one of those teams slip through, and maybe they got another value, then it's like, oh god, like it's not gonna be fun to play against if they got like 9th round Rashee Rice. So just that extra juice that makes a huge difference. So
yeah.
All right. So let's take a look at the teams. I think one important thing is as we pick, we can start to prioritize actual teams out of these selections rather than just picking straight from the hive.
Yeah.
So obviously the Week 17 matchups are completely in the factor here. So if we went of like a Vikings and Seahawks players at some point, that fits like a trifecta of like Week 15 and 17.
Right.
And then San Fran, that means like Texans. We already have Miami, and then obviously the Lions are priority, and then Miami. I want to see who they play in week. I think they play like a tough matchup in Week 15, like defensively.
Oh, Miami.
No, they're sorry. They're the Texans.
Yeah.
What was their other team? Niners. Niners Week 15. They play the Rams, which is also a really good one.
Oh yeah.
So a Rams player can be in, and they're part of the hive too, obviously. So.
Yeah. Let's see. Did Amari Cooper go? Okay, yeah, he went. I was thinking of like playing the Dolphins, Week 17.
That's right. Yeah, and if he's the guy you need, which was probably likely, I have not had a chance to get him. I'm always taking someone ahead of Cooper, and it's really slipped past me. So.
Yeah, I mean he's a definitely. You can get him at a better value in like home leagues, like we just did. Get them in like 5. I got him in round 6 in my home league. So yeah.
Jacobs is part of the hive, and we could like literally go no RBs after that, but I'm not gonna like talk you into that. Worthy too is like we need to take him here.
I mean, I don't think we've drafted Josh Jacobs yet, so I almost kind of feel like we should get some exposure. But I mean, tough to pass out on Worthy at the same time. So I don't know. I guess we'll see who's there when we're up.
We're both up right now.
Oh, we're up. Okay.
Yeah, so
Jacobs, yeah, I like that double hero.
And then we'd have to take Worthy now if we want him.
Yeah, I mean that seems like a pretty easy pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice start. I like that.
So we stick to that. Okay, so sorry, Andy. We're coming back here, after our picks. Okay, Pacheco and Mixon at RB. Oh my God, like, so you got Pacheco in round 4. That is like,
oh wow,
I mean that's phenomenal. I haven't seen him get out of round 2.
Yeah. Andy, I don't know if you saw our bold predictions episode that we put out recently, but we talked about Pacheco there. We love him this season, so that's amazing value in the 4th round.
Yeah, and it's not like the P. Ryan stuff is going to kill him or anything. It's just a little bit less exciting about the signing, but again, he's going to be phenomenal, punching in touchdowns left and right. So let's see this. So you play 2 quarterbacks as well. I see, and then you go. Okay, 2 QB, 2 wide. So you faded the quarterback. So then, tell us what quarterbacks did you end up with? I'm interested to hear.
Oh yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, with you going Steve early, it looks like so. Yeah, but it's full PPR though, and you can start up to 5 wide receivers a week, 3 wide receiver spots, 2 flex. So yeah, I mean you can definitely destroy some teams with a deep receiver room.
Yeah. I never played in a redraft, just like double quarterback super flex, which is funny because like all the dynasty leagues I played in.
Right. Yeah, it's funny how like I'm not sure exactly why that is, but that's just like traditionally how it's been. I was in like 1-2 QB redraft league like bunch of years ago, for like a couple years or so, and yeah, it was fun. But yeah, it's just you don't see it very much.
Yeah. And I'm kind of fine with that because I'll leave the super flex to dynasty and all that. And
I don't know. Somehow it just feels right. Like I don't know if it's just like the tradition of like redraft is typically 1 quarterback, but yeah, it just kind of feels right.
Yeah, leave like defense and kicker like redraft, and then don't put those in dynasty, unless you're in a 16-man league.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, then it has to be in there. Yeah, NFL madness.
Yeah. Which I'm fine with that. It's gonna be a little exciting, and again, it's 16-man league. Like some people are gonna need their kicker to pop off. My boy Will Reichard is about to go nuts. So
yeah, I mean I'm feeling good. I got my boy Kimmy Fairbairn, Texans, like he's going to go nuts this year. So.
Yeah, Fairbairn, that's right.
I think he's fairly young, so I got Fairbairn for like his whole career. Hopefully he's a monster until he's like 40. So
I think that's the guy that had the highest like kicking percentage last year, or maybe other than Aubrey. Like,
okay,
I don't know. I think that's the guy that had phenomenal. If it's not, it's like
it may have been Nick Folk.
That is. Yeah, I was trying to think of the name. It's just like some unathletic looking kicker.
Right.
What's Folk? Titans?
Yeah, Titans. He's actually sitting on waivers in NFL Madness. I thought about should I add a second kicker? But I don't know. There's always like some offensive player I prefer.
Fairbairn's still Texans, right?
Yeah, Texans. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Let's see. So what are we? 7 picks away? Okay. Hey, could this be a... Wait, we don't have any Texans receivers? No, because we didn't get Diggs or Dell. So, yeah, I was thinking, like, would Stroud make sense? So probably not.
Yeah. I mean, there's a world where it's, like, it's Schultz, it's Akers, but then why would you need Stroud? Like, I just... Yeah.
Doesn't feel right.
You need to pray it's that Bucs game where he throws 3 touchdowns to Schultz. And...
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine that?
Never know, but it doesn't feel very good.
If you were maxing, it might be worth like putting one little claim in there and praying. But Schultz is still a good pick himself, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And again, he's like the only. Actually, that's a perfect way to get leverage though on like all those Texans guys, like receivers, is take Akers and take Schultz. They're cheap.
Absolutely.
And they're. Can still catch the touchdowns, and if they catch a touchdown, it's coming right out of the bank of those receivers. So if you're in a pod with them,
that's an interesting thought. I definitely think we'll be thinking about those guys later. Regardless of whether we have Stroud, but what are you thinking? Could this be a JSN team? Go with that second hive.
You don't got to talk me into that at all.
Yeah, he just jumps out.
100%.
Yeah.
What I'm pretty interested in, so we can just like. We can just forget running back. Sure, like Montgomery and stuff's awesome, but like we got like 2 just like workout horses, and we'll probably know when the right running back is up there. Maybe Chandler or something.
Okay. And I know we draft Addison like every single time if you like, but of course he would be a nice fit too.
Yeah, that was where I was coming to here. Is Addison perfectly fits it? We would get up to like 50%. No, it's good.
If we're not there already, like it feels like we're at like 80%.
Oh, JSN goes. JSN goes, but like we should figure out who we're taking. Oh, we could use a quarterback, but it's not there. The quarterback, so. Is there a stackable guy late? Like, at least Vlad's stackable late, but he doesn't fit in.
Jameson Williams would work with the 49ers in week
that's
17.
Right. Yeah, let's actually go in Goff. Let's do that.
Okay. I like it. This will be the first time we draft JMO? This might be your first JMO.
I've clicked them before, but...
Oh, you have? Okay.
Yeah. I actually don't mind it, though, too. Fits the...
He has best ball written all over him.
Yeah. Oh, we should probably, like, re-explain to Andy if he's like, what the hell are these guys talking about, the hive? But, like...
Yeah.
I don't even know. We need to... I don't even know if it's a good word for it, but...
It's a perfect word.
The hive we're referring to is, like... Kind of this, like, untalked about, like, correlation between, like, all the playoff weeks. Like, week 15, 16, and 17. And I'll give you an example.
So basically, like, we have, like, 2 sets. Like, the first set is, like, 49ers, Chiefs, Texans, Dolphins.
Rams.
And Rams. Like, all 5 of those teams play each other a bunch in weeks 15 through 17.
They're all high-powered offenses. Like, they just all play each other.
They're all great offenses. So it's, like, basically the idea is, like, draft a team on underdog that has like a ton of players from those 5 NFL teams.
Yeah.
All good offenses, ton of correlation in those final weeks that are so important.
Yeah.
The second hive is like Vikings, Packers, Seahawks, and what was the 4th one?
Packers, Seahawks, Bears. And what's funny is the Lions are like the perfect target to merge like hive 1 and 2 because the Lions play like are in the NFC. and they'll play like I don't know who they'll play actually, but they'll play someone, and then they also play like the Niners in week 17. So it's kind of like a perfect merge team. Let's see what the Lions play. Oh, they play the Bills.
So you can like kind of throw in the Lions with like either hive, I guess you could say.
You're right. Yeah, they play the Bears and Niners.
Yeah. And also, like last night, we kind of did like a double hive team where we kind of got like we were basically taking like 90% of our players were from like one of those like 2 hives or those 9 NFL teams.
Yeah, it's like you can like almost not play into week 7 team correlation, but like get really just great offenses that are like everyone is like extremely correlated and like really boost your chances to advance. And honestly, just like not something that's talked about like. It is talked a bit about week 15 and 16, of course, and how that can be important, but
not like comprehensively, like all together like that.
Yeah, and what teams are actually like achieved that, and like there's a list of like 9 teams that if you combine them all together, it's or whatever 5 and 1 and 4 and the other, it can come together beautifully. So let's look at what Andy was saying here, by the way.
Go ahead.
Okay, so immediately like Kirk Cousins came to my mind as who I'd be targeting as like a QB2 or something in this. So Prescott and Cousins, and that's the weakest part of your team for sure. This is Mr. Cousins here, so I mean I like it, but like that doesn't even feel weak to me if it's 6 point. It's probably 4 point though.
Let us know what it is. But if that's 6 point, I feel just fine about that. I feel great about that.
Yeah. If that's 6 point. Like you truly blew it out of the water. If it's 4 point, then you'll get by, but you definitely paid a bit of a price. Going with not like no rushing upside in Cousins and a bit on Prescott, but
Prescott doesn't do it too much anymore, but you never know. Maybe
he'll run some in on the goal line. Yeah, he finds his way to rush a couple in though.
Yeah, but I mean, Dak was amazing last year. I mean, like almost like regardless of format, especially 6 point.
So yeah, and he said he went Mahomes Allen at 2-3. Yeah, and then destroy your depth. So that was gonna be my conclusion. I couldn't tell you because I've never played in like the redraft Superflex or 2QB. But my strategy automatically would be like if I can't get Daniels or like Kyler at a major discount, would be like I'll take Stafford and Cousins and Geno and Dak, I guess, and just whoever's the cheap one.
We're 3 picks away, so we'll start thinking about this, and then we can come back to the chat.
Sorry, we'll come back there, because he had something about embarrass. I'm curious to what he was about to say.
Okay.
Anyways, we'll see what we got here. So.
Yeah, these picks go fast on underdogs, so I just want us to be ready here. Yeah. Is Mostly still on the board?
No.
No, he went. Okay, yeah, he would have been nice, even though we don't really need a running back too bad.
Yeah, we can forget running back, honestly.
Yeah.
Receiver. I was gonna say Dobbs because he was there, but Wicks is there.
Oh, Dobbs went.
Dobbs did go. I'll start
Wicks. Looks pretty good. Yeah.
Lockett is in Seattle.
I could do Lockett.
He's way ahead of ADP though. That's crazy. That's 20 picks. Like I'm willing to wait.
Okay.
I think.
What about tight end? Do we have a tight end yet?
We do not.
Yeah.
It's really. I mean, I'll just say like let's just go Bowers myself, but maybe you don't like it. But I'd rather do that and wait for.
Will this be our second tight end, or like where do we get?
This is our first tight end, but we can make it up with other guys. Like I'd feel good about Bowers myself.
I mean, Bowers over. Why don't you go Njoku with Miami? Let's go Njoku.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I'm fine with that. Yeah. Good point. Because I just assume
Mixon and Njoku. I like that. That's perfect.
Yeah. That's actually. I feel better about that.
Yeah. And we also consider Hawkinson. That could be another option for our second tight end.
Yeah. So let's go here. Andy, let's see what. Let's see what we say. So it's a 10-team league. You're best to say, but you make up by adding more playable spots with extra flex and QB. But like, that's how you. I mean, that's definitely how you make the league more enjoyable, in my opinion. Is you don't want to play in a shallow 10-man league and then you get the super flex, and extra flex.
Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, because if it's only 10 teams, then like you might as well add like extra receiver slots, extra flex spots. So like that's a great setup there.
Here's the crazy thing: I've never played in 10-team league, but I've played in an 8-team league before, and I'll tell the story to Andy, but like. I'm trying to make sure every league I am in is at least 12, especially like after you play Dynasty, you realize how deep like redraft, like 12, even a 14-man league, there's still really good stuff on the waiver wire.
Yeah.
And I just love that like challenge of trying to identify that stuff, when it starts to get thinner. But when you're in I was in an 8-man, and it was with a buddy at work, and maybe I'll like maximize this for a second here. It was with a buddy at work, and no one collected the fees. I didn't realize that. I thought I had paid, but no one collected the fees. I like completely dominated just through like some very simple strategy and putting everything into superstars and like consolidating.
Mm-hmm.
The league, the commissioner changed it from like 4 of the 8 teams make playoffs to 8 of 8. And he like for some reason the championship was like week 16 and not 17 or whatever. There's a bunch of weird stuff. My team was so hot. Like, he changed the rules, and I'm, like, laughing, because I'm like, yeah, I'm going to just put a smackdown on him. I just, like, obliterate him. Like, it could have been, like, 100 points. Like, it was, like, just, whatever. It was not even close.
Yeah.
And then I win the league, and I still, like, suffered a bunch of injuries, and, still dominate league. No biggie. 8-man league, but everyone pays me, but I have to, like, get money. My friend collects the money for me. I don't know any of these other guys. The commissioner doesn't pay me. Of all the people, the commissioner doesn't pay me, and then I'm not invited to the league next year, which I wouldn't have joined anyways. But I was too much of a sweat. It was the conclusion. So
too much of a sweat.
Is that not like a term for you? Like you? Oh boy. We got a boomer alert here.
Oh come on! Dropping the boomer.
We got
alert.
like. You could be like coaching the freaking Saints. That's how much of a boomer you are. Like the Falcons here, or not. Or you could be like Arthur Smith of the dynasty room.
Now I'm Dennis Allen and Arthur Smith. Wow.
Yeah. Or Antonio Pierce, but Sweat is like in video games or something. Like literally the guy that's like, just doing everything in their possible, every little advantage to. They're sitting there, sweating their ass off, and just like a good player, basically, or whatever.
Yeah, but kind of like Charlie Hustle, like diving for every loose ball, looking for every little advantage.
Exactly, yeah. And just flat out being good as well, one of the two.
Yeah. Okay.
We'd be considered like fantasy sweats, streaming and stuff.
Oh yeah, we most definitely are.
Anyway, sorry, we still got more here. Let's check out here. So Hive's a good word. Yeah. Commingled, correlated playoff teams, and like I don't know, like Andy, have you heard anyone like talk about actual like how you can stack those week 15 to 17? Like I just have never heard anyone mention that. Even the Sharps guys out there, the Ship Chasers, stuff like that. They've mentioned how it can be an advantage to get to the finals, but they've never actually dove into it. And like, I mean, every player we own right now is part of the Hive except for like Cleveland, who is a week 17 correlated game.
They're kind of like a honorable mention since they played the Dolphins in week 17. So
we need like a word for that. Like they're, I don't know, they're the 17, but they connect to the Hive. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll come up that. They're like Hive adjacent. We'll say that for the moment, but we'll come up with a better term for that.
We will. Hey, so Tyler Lockett's there. Tyler Lockett's there, who we were going to take last time. So I think we got to take.
I wouldn't mind Lockett. I mean, okay. You want to just go Lockett, or I don't know. Chandler.
And then we go Chandler, and then we go right on the way back round.
Get right at the next turn.
Yeah. Oh wait, hold on. We have no quarterback. Still.
Oh shoot! Do we need Purdy? Is Purdy there?
Oh dude, like, no one's there. Oh my god, we didn't. Even
Tua. How about Tua?
Oh yeah, dude, perfect. Yeah. We need Tua. We
kind of forgot about quarterback. I'm glad you caught that. Like we get so wrapped up and like taking off. Like so many receivers. Like we're probably done at receiver.
Yeah, I was wondering how we had so many. Like and then when you're not scrolled up to quarterback. I'm used to getting one in the first like 5-6 rounds. So.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Yeah, lesson learned. Never join an 8 team. And if you had like a great 8 guys, it was the funniest thing that league too. That was the year Tony Pollard was just going nuts. And like Tony Pollard, like who should never be on the wire at the point that he was on the wire, and I could barely fit him on my roster. And like thankfully I did because he got hot.
I can't imagine like the guys on waivers like.
Dude, oh my god! I swear I got Mike Evans off waivers in that one too, and then I ended up just like putting him in a trade for just like crazy stuff. To me, like it's like it's just so goofy. I want to play in something that's like challenging, and I'd rather like not win but like be challenged than just like beat up on idiots. And
yeah,
I don't know. It's more fun like the challenge to me. But
you want to hear something crazy? You made me think of this with getting Mike Evans off of waivers. Our commish Nico in the 16-team Dynasty League NFL Madness. He had a redraft league years ago that I was in, and this was the 2014 season. And off of waivers, I got Mike Evans, who was a rookie. I got Odell Beckham, who was a rookie, and they absolutely went like ballistic, like the rest of the year after I picked those guys up and won the league and just absolutely ran away with it.
Oh yeah, no, I mean there's got to be nothing.
I couldn't believe like getting those guys off waivers, and I mean obviously like we didn't know like quite how good they would be, but like I just got them at the perfect time, and like it was.
What round would like Odell be going in like 2014? You got to think this guy's going like in one of the last rounds. or like literally the last round, like
right. Even though he's a first round rookie receiver, but it just seems like rookies were so undervalued. Like the fact that you could get guys like that off of waivers, even as rookies, like I mean, it was just insane.
Yeah, no,
that was an insane wide receiver class. You had like Brandon Cooks and like Sammy Watkins, and like he was a stud.
Dude, don't forget Dorial Green Beckham.
Oh yeah,
absolute stud.
I'm surprised you even know who that is. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I trust me. 2014, that's when I was getting started, and I got all the names from 2014. All the boys there, but Dorial Green Beckham. He was a Madden glitch. He was like 6'5" or something, but
okay. But I remember like the hype on those receivers. I mean, like Brandon Cooks was like the next like big thing. Like all those guys. I mean, it was just like loaded with studs.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I mean, Sammy Watkins was considered like the best receiver in that class. I mean, he was like,
he went what was it, like
5 overall?
Yeah,
in the draft. Like he was like one of the just an awesome wide receiver prospect. He was going to be a stud, and he was good there for a while. I mean, like early on, like on the Bills, like. He had a couple good years there, if I remember correctly.
He was all about the early stuff, right? And then he turned into the week one man. One and done.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns and 180 yards or whatever for like the Chiefs week 1 year.
Yeah, he probably was. You could probably just like boost him up, and then you're like, all right, I'll get my free game for Sammy, and then we'll just drop him week 2, and pick up the next Ray Davis type or whatever at the time. But that'd be funny. Someone out there had to catch on early.
Well, I remember another guy got off waivers like around that era. I can't remember if it was may have been a different year, but David Johnson, like when he was a rookie, oh my God, what a league winner he was.
Yeah, that would have been like my first year playing fantasy. I think it's David Johnson's rookie year.
Okay.
Or rookie year, or was the second? Which one did he break out? As rookie or second?
He broke out like second half of the rookie season, and then second year too, he was unbelievable.
He was RB1 in the second season, wasn't he?
I think he was, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dude, what about? I'll give you a name here. Oh my God, I know I'm picturing the guy, but I can't even. Dude, it was
Arian Foster.
No. He was a really. Oh my God, really short-lived guy.
Doug Martin.
Not Jeremy Hill, who was part of that class, but I'm trying to remember he was a rookie that year, 2014, I believe.
It wasn't Doug Martin or Ray Rice.
Was Le'Veon Bell part of that 2014 class as well, or maybe a little bit earlier?
I can't remember.
I think he might have been a little bit earlier.
Might have been. I don't know.
I gotta pull this up. No! I know who he is. He was for the Cardinals. Who was the guy for the Cardinals? He was a rookie running back, 2014.
Andre Ellington.
Yeah, Andre Ellington. Yeah. He was probably buzzing in fantasy in 2014.
He was buzzing, and he was good. He was a great PPR back. I love me some Andre Ellington.
Yeah, he fell off pretty quick in my memory, but
he did.
Yeah, I know that was Le'Veon Bell was 2014. It seemed like I don't know if he's a rookie or not, but I just remember Le'Veon Bell was huge breakout guy that year, and my memory's a little mixed.
Yeah. All right, we're 2 picks away here. God, I hate that Charbonnet's still on the board because I hate Charbonnet.
I know it sucks, but he is a good pick though for the
we gotta go Jalen Wright. Jalen Wright's got to be first pick. Let's think about it.
Put him up there real quick. There's nothing at receiver, and we don't need a receiver.
We need a QB still. We need another QB, don't we?
Hawks there. I mean, I like Hawk. We could be done at tight end if we take Hawk. Herbert makes no sense.
I mean, Gino could make Smith.
Can I just throw Hawk here and we'd be done?
Yeah, we're done at tight end. Perfect.
Yeah.
And then
Gino,
Jalen Wright, unless you see anyone else that we should be considering.
We got to come up with
Jalen Wright at the next turn.
We got to go Jalen Wright here.
Yeah, we got to get Jalen Wright. Yeah.
I mean, he's just as much of a handcuff. He's actually a better handcuff than Charbonnet. He should be going ahead of Charbonnet.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Hey, Marshawn Lloyd could be another guy if he's sitting there later.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. Well, we have Jacobs though, but.
Okay. Unless he falls to like an insane value, yeah.
I don't know. We can think about it, but
yeah.
Oh, dude, 2014. Hey, let's get some Eddie Lacy action going. I think was he a rookie in 2014? I mean,
I can't remember, but yeah,
dude, there's so many guys.
I remember Lacy, yeah.
Great year in general, and dude, I mean Anthony Barr. What we got? Khalil Mack, Aaron Donald that year. Like just I'm sure there's some corners or something in that class too that I can't think of, but. What like just like stacked draft class? I mean, just like Hall of Famers, just like generational type guys and just whatever. Especially like growing up like in that era, like where you watch football, like so many huge names. I want to like almost like while we're like in between picks here, just like
your little 2014 draft class.
Yeah, I always want to like look at the running backs. Like, I wanted to see this.
Yeah,
this will be interesting for me. Fantasy running back.
Oh, like the top scorers in like week and 2014.
Yeah, I'd love to go back in this time.
Marshawn Lynch, Jamal Charles. Oh, Charles was insane. Love Jamal Charles.
I don't know if this is like a scoring thing. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Jamal was. Whew.
Oh yeah, LaShawn McCoy was unbelievable.
I want to see some names here.
I mean, LaShawn McCoy was like the closest thing to Barry Sanders. He was just so shifty.
Yeah.
But Aaron Foster.
What did he get? He got traded to. He got traded for what's his name there the next year.
Le'Veon Bell.
He got traded for Kiko Alonso the next year, I think. Like, yeah, what a random trade that was. But Le'Veon Bell, was he RB1 then? Yeah.
Oh, so is this like based on the finish?
Let's go PPR. Okay. I thought it was Matt Forte.
Oh, look at Forte. Yeah, he was a good PPR guy. Finished second that year.
That's right. Yeah. Murray went nuts that year. That was and then the next year I think he went to.
Titans.
He went to Titans or
he was he was really good that first year on the Titans.
Yeah, he went Titans, then he went Eagles. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Marshawn Lynch, of course, stud. Arian Foster, fantasy royalty.
Okay, there I was gonna say Lamar Miller's got to be here somewhere. Justin Forsett, what a name!
Oh my God, that's
Jeremy
crazy.
Hill. When I just pulled out earlier that
he Joy was Bell, Detroit Lions. All right,
that's actually a name I'm sure I knew, but that's.
Yeah. I can't believe he finished 11th. How the heck was he at RB1?
Yeah, I mean, rookie Jeremy Hill at RB10. That's crazy. Yeah. Ahead of LaShawn McCoy.
That's crazy. Yeah,
dude. Well, no.
Asiata, 13. My God.
I'm trying to like. There's no way he was a rookie that year, but this was Jerick McKinnon's rookie year too, and this is the year this was the year that Adrian Peterson was suspended.
Okay.
Morris. Oh my. Okay, Ellington must have ran hot at maybe second half of the season or something.
And now we're getting to those PPR guys like Ellington, Gio Bernard.
Dude,
those are my guys. I pick up those guys like the mid to late rounds, and I'd go receiver heavy early in a full PPR. Yeah, that was the thing to do.
Bernard hung around the league a long time, just doing nothing. As far as fantasy, later, he was around a couple years ago.
Also, I saw Ahmad Bradshaw. I used to love Bradshaw. You remember him?
Yeah, bro. And dude, here's one better. Is John?
Sproles. I love Sproles.
But is Jonathan Stewart? I don't know. Yeah, I love. Who was the other guy in that backfield?
D'Angelo Williams. I love D'Angelo Williams too. Yeah, that was quite the duo there.
Yeah. Dude, I love those guys. I'm trying to remember.
Oh, Steven Jackson was there.
Yeah, the big boy, and then Trey Mason was in that same backfield, was he not?
Oh yeah, he was a hot name there for a while. He faded quickly. He was good rookie, and then they drafted Todd Gurley.
He just didn't show up for training camp the next year, and then he was a Saskatchewan Rough Rider all of a sudden.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was just he just disappeared. Literally didn't show up.
Yeah, he looked promising as a rookie. He kind of got hot there, and then he just faded into oblivion.
Okay, Gino is.
All right, so we're 2 picks away. What are we thinking about here?
Fant's not here.
All right, we still need a second quarterback, so Gino's looking kind of good.
We're done at tight end. Yeah.
We're done at tight end. We're done at receiver. So, yeah, it's just quarterback and running back, right?
Yeah, I mean, we could always add one more receiver. And
at the end.
We probably should, but, yeah. We need a running back. We gotta take Lloyd here, regardless of having Jacobs, in my opinion.
It's just too good of a value at this point, isn't it?
Yeah, and then your Cope is like, maybe he just is back for week 17 and you get the unique guy advanced.
Yeah.
Or maybe he goes down and one's healthy and one's not, and just whatever. There's a lot of situations still, but
we got Cam Akers. We got to get Jordan Mason if we can.
Yeah. We don't even know how old you are, Andy, but I mean, you know, if you were playing fantasy in 2014, you know, I don't know what the odds of that are just based off potentially your age. Let us know what if you had any of these names. I mean, how's like Frank Gore, the RB22, and Chris Ivory? I mean, there's another guy that just like is just out of there. I can't believe I missed him.
It's funny seeing these names again. Some of these guys you just like completely forgot about. Dude, and it's like, oh yeah, I remember him. You know,
it's funny because like how is like every top. I mean, basically, like, yeah, I mean, even 33, like, running backs.
Aaron McFadden, yeah, there's a name.
I don't know who this is.
But Roy Blue. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I mean, like, I haven't heard that name in a million years. But, yeah, I remember that name.
I mean, that's rookie year, Denard Robinson.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Johnson. Oh, no.
Oh, man. Chris Johnson, like, that year he ran for 2,000. Like, he was amazing.
Dude, like, there you go, Jerry McKinnon. This is insane because, like, I mean... This is like a decade ago, and like running backs come in and out of this league so quickly. But like the fact that you like can know. I mean, even like I like didn't even play fantasy.
Yeah.
Like, I know like probably like 95% of these players are.
I mean, yeah, you're further down this list, and you still see like Reggie Bush and like LeGarrette Blount, Devonta Freeman, like big names.
Gerhardt.
I mean, there was just so much talent at running back then. Like, I mean, I feel like you don't see that much anymore.
Again, like even we're getting to Ben Tate, who was I believe he was Bengals, but I could be wrong. But then he's Packers for sure.
Ben Tate, I think, was on the Texans. Oh yeah, James Starks on the Packers.
Pretty good. I think he went. No, yeah.
Remember Jonas Gray? He had like the 200-yard rushing game on like primetime game, and then he was like cut.
Oh my god, I can't think of a team for Jonas Gray.
Patriots.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Belichick cut him. Like it wasn't long after like the 200-yard game because he like was late for a meeting and then he was like cut.
Oh my god! No,
he ran for 200 yards in a game.
Carlos Hyde was, I believe, that was his rookie year there too. Latavius Murray.
Yeah, Latavius Murray on there.
Doug Martin must have been hurt.
Doug Martin.
Oh baby, first fullback sighting.
Marcel Reese. I barely remember that name.
He was the Raiders.
Oh, Ryan Matthews.
Oh, okay. So was he on the Eagles at this point, or
I'm not sure, but yeah, obviously started on the Chargers. But yeah, he might
Chargers.
Have been...
Okay, he probably was Chargers, and then he went to Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah. C.J. Spiller was sitting there.
Oh, Spiller! I love C.J. Spiller.
Even dude, Dexter McCluster.
I love McCluster.
What team would he would have been on at that point? Like,
Chiefs
or Titans or something.
Yeah, I think he eventually went to the Titans. Yeah.
Dude, we're diving deep in here. Bernard Pierce is familiar, but I couldn't even tell you what team that would be.
Yeah.
Charles Sims was always a bum.
Yeah, we're getting into gross. Yeah. Oh, Mike Tolbert. Got a Mike Tolbert there.
Fullback sighting. We're coming up. No Sean Moreno. Okay.
Oh yeah, I liked him. He was a good PPR back.
Oh, another fullback. Yeah. Anyways, John Kuhn. We're getting.
Yeah. Fun stroll down memory lane there though.
Definitely. When you just don't see something like a name like that mentioned, like a lot of those guys you wouldn't even have thought about since like the last time.
Oh yeah, I mean some of those are just like completely forgotten about, but at the time it was a big fantasy name, you know. So it's just kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean I understand now why RBs were just like
they were king. They were absolute king, you know.
I want to like cross position real quick to see what was the RB12 versus the wide receiver 12. Okay, yeah, wide receiver 12 was still scoring much more somehow, but there's probably just so much more depth at running back overall.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, what are we picking here? We got Cam Akers. Oh, Malik Washington, certainly interesting. Whittington.
Yeah. Do we have Tua? Yeah. Let's go Malik then over. What's his face? But
Whittington.
We don't even need to take. Like, who do we need to prioritize here before?
What about Jordan Mason? because we still need some running back help.
But we have CMC though, and we'd be double cuffing, which is not like a good idea.
Oh yeah, we already did it with the Packers, so
yeah, we can't do that.
Yeah. Who else makes sense here? Emmanuel.
We might have to.
Oh no, we don't want Emmanuel.
Roll like the F down. Oh boy. How many? We'll let like.
We just have to go like a random like Tyrone Tracy or something like that. Or Estime, just something random.
Let's look for like a bring back or something. We'll let Akers go. We might have to do it in round 18 where we just.
Oh, what about Carson Steele? You want to go Carson Steele?
I think like, oh my god, I don't know. I don't know if I want to go Carson Steele or not because Perine, like, does it matter for Carson Steele's like best ball? Like Perine's at least going to be on the field. We know that. He can handle some goal line stuff, as gross as it sounds.
What if Pacheco gets injured? Like Steele could be like the Pacheco handcuff, and like Perine's role stays the same.
Let's just see what's there in round 18 is my vote. Let's
just
make sure we get Malik. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see what we have, by the way, for like even week 17 stuff. I don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, like, don't we like need a third quarterback on this? Like, I feel like
we probably should have looked at that.
Let's just see what's there for like our third quarterback too. Oh, dude, we need to go get Sam Darnold. Oh, he's gone. Of course he is. Yeah, that's right. This would have been the draft to get Baker. Holy.
Yeah.
You don't even need every quarterback to be stacked if we take a third one. I'll stand by that. If we just get a guy that can.
Okay, so we'll just take like the best one on the board with our next pick then.
Yeah, I do think it's important you get a third quarterback if your quarterback.
Yeah, we definitely need a third quarterback. So, yeah, the quarterback room's a little rough. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I got to pull up here. Okay, we got Andy B back here. I'm neglecting him here on hit the big 30 this year. Okay, so big 30. Let's see Justin Forsett. Dude, I didn't even see C.J. Anderson's name on there.
Oh yeah, he was a guy. He was a guy.
Yeah, he was definitely a guy. Yeah. Are you serious? He had 4 touchdowns that game. Jonas Gray.
Yeah.
Two. Wow. Yeah, I missed that. I was not playing fantasy at that point. So.
Yeah, I mean that was insane. It was like a primetime night game. Like everyone was watching it. It was like it was like kind of out of nowhere. I mean, he was kind of like a sleeper. And I think there was some injury that like thrust him in the lineup. And it was insane though.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like.
Yeah, I mean he was breaking fantasy that night.
What and Andy, if you're here and responsive enough quickly, if you're in our position, do you even care about a 6 running back when your quarterback room is Tua and Geno? And it's not even like, Geno's like heavily like we only have Tyler Lockett anyways. I just feel like we need a third guy here just to just like pop in the lineup for advancement.
What about just like a random Bryce Young? I mean, we were talking about him earlier off the stream. Like, I think he's kind of sneaky this year.
If Bo Nix is there, do we like him more just based off what we saw earlier? I don't know if that is.
I think I would just bet on like second-year leap for Bryce Young, Dave Canales. Like rookie quarterbacks like aren't typically that great. I mean, yeah, you get like the occasional Justin Herbert, C.J. Stroud, but like I'd rather bet on the second-year QB personally, with great coaching, added weapons.
What if we got the other Tua?
The other Tua? Who the heck is that?
He's getting drafted. Tua's brother.
What does he play?
Free agent, quarterback.
Okay. I think we'll pass on the other two.
Someone was clicking the wrong T2. I'm not even gonna pronounce his last name. There's no way that's coming out of my mouth.
He's getting drafted by accident, basically, because of his last name.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And he votes third quarterback.
I mean, Daniel Jones is kind of interesting with the rushing upside, but I mean, Bryce Young can run it a little, can he?
Oh yeah, Bryce Young is just like severely. The reason I think like Bo Nix is interesting though too is because like he also is like really underrated for rushing.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Like he really was flashing.
I would just rather bet on the second-year quarterback than rookie, personally. What do you think?
Fair. Yeah, I think the Bryce Young stuff makes sense, and we don't even get to make the decision.
Perfect.
And we know, we were just talking about that earlier, like Bryce Young over Daniel Jones anyways. So.
Yeah, but if we get sniped on Bryce Young, I'd be happy with Daniel Jones. We get 4 points per passing touchdown, rushing upside.
Yeah, unstacked, I guess I'd go Jones over Carr, but if we had anything to do with the Saints, I would take Carr in a heartbeat. But we don't. So.
Yeah.
You know what I've been wanting to do, and it just sucks that like Winston, is like getting this weird thing to at least make me doubt it. Is I wanted to build like the Ultra Galaxy Brain team where maybe you get like kind of this. Maybe you get like that Purdy Love type room, or maybe it's like Purdy Lawrence, something a little bit cheaper, Goff, and then you just go and you just smash the hell out of the Browns receivers.
Yeah.
And then you just take Winston. Like,
right.
Someone has to have done that, but like when your own money is on the line and you're trying to win this thing, like, does anyone have the balls to do that? I don't know.
You could try it if you want.
I've done it with Flacco. I'll admit, I've done it with Flacco, and I've done it with putting 80, literally, I think, like, all the pass catchers from the Titans. Like, like, literally everyone. So, I'll be the first to admit, I may have done something gross, but, yeah, the Colts. I want to show that lineup if possible, but...
We're 2 picks away, though, so let's...
we'll take Young here.
Okay, we'll take Bryce Young, and what's our other pick? I'm kind of tempted with Taysom Hill. I just feel like he's too good of a value here. What do you think? I know we don't need a third tight end, but like I don't think it's the worst.
Taysom Hill is a quarterback in this.
Oh, he doesn't have
that ability. We get sniped, but here's another thing. We own a KC player. This is at least a bring back, and like
Russell Wilson.
I know it's gross, but like he wasn't nearly as bad as anyone thought, and I feel more upside for like just him throwing way more.
Probably not starting games at the end of the year. It's probably Fields.
I have a bunch of Fields though, so I can reason it out in my mind. And we don't even need him potentially in playoffs. I mean,
I think we got sniped on Bryce Young. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
I'd lean Daniel Jones in a vacuum, but I guess if you want the bring back, but I don't know. I'd still go Daniel Jones personally. I mean, it's your money. Okay. I'll let you decide, but. I mean, I guess
how many rush? Yeah, you know what? Okay, you ran for 700 yards 2 years ago. I'll make that be like my time.
Yeah, 4 points per passing touchdown. I mean, yeah, if it was the old Russ, younger and Broncos, well, yeah, of course he wouldn't be here, but yeah.
Yeah. Seahawks played Derek Carr week 16. Or sorry, I think it's probably week. It can't be week 16, I don't think. And the reason why is because the Seahawks are part of the Hive. Yeah, they play the Packers. Or no, sorry. They play the. Oh, maybe you're right. Hold on. Oh, you're right. They do play the... Wait, no. He said Seahawks Saints, so it's Packers Saints. Yeah, Seahawks get the Vikings. That's right. So.
Okay.
Yeah, no one really made. Wait. Yeah, we had a Packer, so I guess Carr kind of made sense. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That probably could have been a tiebreaker, but.
I mean,
was Carr even up there? I don't even know if he was up there still.
And with it being 4 points per passing touchdown, I think like Daniel Jones is just such a better pick than Carr.
Yeah. I mean, again, we don't. You would want his weapons. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna stress about the Carr versus Jones.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it probably doesn't matter.
Are you able to pull up the team? Just kind of take a final look at it. Just give our breakdown. How we did.
Yeah, this could be our last. And we should probably show, if anybody's interested, our last team drafted yesterday. Like we've had a pretty fun draft yesterday too. So anyways, let's go with this. Tua and Geno. I actually love if we've kind of this fade quarterback that we at least get Tua who can lead the league in passing yards.
Yeah. And
then we get 2 of his weapons.
So we got Waddle and Jalen Wright. Yeah, nice double stack there.
Yeah. And then Geno. It's at least we're getting something where I think Geno can outperform, and then we get Lockett, but not the greatest.
Yeah.
If he didn't go, would have been awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Daniel Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, no stacks with Daniel Jones, but that's okay. I mean, he's a rushing quarterback, and we needed a third quarterback, and I just think he kind of just fit the bill there.
Yeah, I think there was unstacked Stroud in the winning lineup last year, so just as long as he can outperform his ADP.
Yeah. Interesting running back room here. We go double hero with CMC and Josh Jacobs, who's been rising up draft board, so that feels great. Both part of the Hive, as are Jalen Wright, Marshawn Lloyd, couple of high upside handcuffs, as well as Cam Akers as well. So all great offenses. Interesting running back room, yeah.
It's like, it's interesting, like, at least CMC, like, you can really only get away with this running back room if you have CMC, I think.
Exactly, yeah. It doesn't work with like anyone else.
Because if CMC isn't in your lineup every week,
Yeah.
Like you lose anyways. Like if you have him and he's not there, you've lost the bet. You've lost the league. Josh Jacobs, at least we have his cuff, so that we can like get a Packer.
So basically every week it's gonna be CMC and like Packers running back basically.
Yeah, and while Jacobs is hopefully healthy the entire season, and then maybe by the time Lloyd's there,
if one of Jacobs or Lloyd are healthy the whole year, like we'll be okay. And then I'm sure Jalen Wright's gonna have some random spike weeks. I think Cam Akers could as well. So
again, we just need these dudes to like get us through to the playoff weeks, and then obviously these guys can fall in the end zone. But
it's definitely a fragile build, but I think the Marshawn Lloyd pick kind of gives us a little safety built in.
Just a tiny bit, and then the issue is we have only 4 backfields,
right,
or 4 active backs really in the playoffs, but. Then Jalen Wright or Akers could be alive, and I mean this is a 1 in 700,000 bet.
Yeah.
There's probably decent odds that like this all comes together better than 1 in a million. So.
Yeah, but if CMC and Josh Jacobs aren't smashing most weeks, we're gonna lose anyway. So I think it's fine.
Yeah. So and then Waddle's the wide receiver 1 isn't like the most exciting thing, but you get DJ.
You could call DJ Moore the wide receiver 1. I mean, either way.
Feels better, and then we get. I mean, we reached a bunch on Addison, but we had to as far as just getting him for the team and correlating, and who cares?
I mean, we're definitely hiving, and then we got JMO as like the one like hive adjacent guy.
Yeah. Worthy, Addison, Williams, Wicks. I mean, Lockett, like all of these guys are hived up.
Yeah.
Good receiver room. Feels like it might lack like just like the true alpha, but
right. Well, I think DJ Moore's an alpha, at least fantasy wise, if not in real life.
Yeah, and maybe like in this situation.
I mean, Worthy's Worthy could blow up. Addison's underrated. I think James is going to have a nice year. Wicks could be a huge breakout.
Yeah, we definitely were not afraid to like reach on receivers here, which is at least fun for the build, and get prioritize the hive.
Kind of feels like a unique wide receiver room. I don't know if we've ever had one quite like this. I like it.
Yeah, I definitely think it's unique. Which, if you're going to have a weird room, I guess that's you want it to be extremely correlated. And probably a bit unique, and then Hawkinson, Njoku.
Yeah, I love that we got a couple of hive tight ends. I like this team. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, and if you're still here, Andy, let us know what you think about the team, and then here's our other one. We drafted. Maybe tell us what one you prefer. This was a 3-5-8-2. This was a 2-7-7-2, which I think is always a fun.
Yeah.
We go Love Purdy, which double tapped, feels awesome. Goes 0 RB, but like we just we get 2 guys with touches, and then we get something like literally like our favorite handcuffs.
Yeah, we got all our favorite like handcuff upside young running backs. So
and then a lot of hiving going.
Got some hive action going in the running back room for sure.
And then and some week 17 stuff obviously, and then we go.
Yeah, nice receiver room.
Yeah, just really heavy on receiver, hived up.
Heavy, you could say.
Everyone is in the hive on this receiver room.
Yeah.
And then KC, both in the hive as well.
The hives are hiving.
Yeah, exactly. And Kelly, So, I thought this was a fun team too. And then we get some like low owned guys like Naylor in Washington, Akers. So.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Yeah, that was a good team as well.
Yeah. I would prefer this one to the one we drafted tonight, but
yeah, probably.
But I certainly see the path. Like sometimes you just need, it's like a vibe thing, and I think that can go a long way. Like some of the teams that I remember drafting them, and I was like, this was like actually like a really good team, and I like this team if. As long as like it's a 2 quarterback build and one of them doesn't get hurt like after the season, like this is gonna work out, and checking back. Those teams were often the ones leading, and I had like 8 entries last year only. Like we only have 13 this year, but I had this amazing one with Tua and Fields, and it was like, dude, it was dominating. It was like first. It was the perfect. Everything for week 17 was a faller and fell into place, and I was like, this is the draft, man. Maybe I can pull it up or something too.
Uh-huh.
But Fields got hurt, and Tua got the hot start. But when he slowed down, Fields was hurt, and it just like killed everything, unfortunately.
Right. Yeah.
How do I want to like if we can pull this up if it's possible. I think you can do it on your phone, but I don't know if it's possible to do here. But I want to show you at least Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Andy's still here. My Joe Flacco build, at least. I'm excited about that.
Okay.
I'm proud of that build. Both are good. You prefer the second. So wait.
Like the handcuffs.
Sorry, do you prefer like the one we did tonight or the one we did yesterday? Because I'm not sure what that means, but you love all the handcuffs too. It sounds like you want like the one we did today.
I don't know. I mean, he says the 2772 build is rare, but has all the upside if a couple running backs hit. So yeah, it sounds like he's not opposed to it.
Yeah, like I feel like the path is much easier on that one because we know injuries happen. Like our other one is like, please injuries don't hit us, and then
right.
the one yesterday, we're like, yes, injuries, like please hit, and
right.
And then oh my god, like we could build I think we called it like a super room yesterday where we don't even have a good name really, but there's potential for everyone to be just breaking out.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun to just like load up on those running back rooms and wide receiver room. Load up with a bunch of high upside guys.
I feel like I showed you this team, but I'm not sure. This has got to be it. So okay, I was doing the slow draft here. I mean, let me just like make sure this is actually the team. Wait, no. Oh my god, I have two of them. Okay, I have two Joe because these are super flex. This
so
was
you drafted 5 quarterbacks.
Hold on. This was a slow draft, okay?
Uh-huh.
And I was like working. I was just like really unmotivated to make my picks, and I kept getting autoed in this draft right here.
Geez.
So I had picked Hurts, and then I think what happened too is like one of my picks I was gonna take Knicks like really late, in the hundreds, and then it just like everything fell apart. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, now I gotta tell myself the story like, we're gonna just like wait on quarterback, and we're gonna draft 5.
Oh my god.
And I can get a bye with like one quarterback, but like. By mid-season, someone needs to be in there. So we went Penix. Yeah. We went Flacco, Locke, Dalton, which I think you probably really like.
Picks. Those weren't autos?
No, yeah, I handpicked everybody here, like to go with these quarterback room. Like these were.
I've never heard of a 5 quarterback build. That's crazy.
Well, you get 20 spots in this. You get an extra 2 slots.
Different kind of game. Okay.
So the thing is like now we got that Elijah Mitchell, but. You know, I felt good about these 4 running backs. You know, you only need to start 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a flex.
Okay.
So I completely loaded up receiver, but we had Joe Flacco, so we had to get Downs and Mitchell.
Oh, yeah.
And then Dalton with Leggett, and then elite tight end. But here's the one I think I was like excited about. We go 0 QB in super flex, but we get rushing, rookie upside. So like there's a lot of potential there, in my opinion, for these guys to destroy ADP. Then we take week 17 lock for Daniel Jones coming out maybe, or just sucking, and then Joe Flacco baby to put it together. Yeah. A chain McCaff, and then these guys just like, I don't know, that feels like an insane running back room.
Mm.
But then you go Jamar to carry and just all rookies plus Kendrick Bourne. And you get Mitchell. Okay, I thought I had Downs in this one. I don't know. I thought this was like a really when I draft this, I'm like, dude, this one can win. Like, I'm like, I can have 5 active quarterbacks in the last one, and I didn't pay anything for any of them.
Yeah.
If you did some super flex stuff, Andy, like, am I delusional for just like, because you only need to start 2 receivers, and I have elite tight end, like ultra elite tight end, because like Henry is a spike guy himself, stacked with May. I don't know. The Polk with May. Like this is one where like I look nuts maybe right now, but again 5 quarterbacks, but I don't know. Math was mathing to me. I could see the vision.
Yeah.
I felt like I was doing something crazy. You're hitting the sheets. Yeah. All right. Good night, Andy. Glad you tuned in there. We might when the BBM's filling out, we might have to like sneak one more in, but or a different contest. So
yeah,
tune in for that. We'll probably just like throw a stream and some videos up randomly this week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this is definitely the time of year. Lots happening. We're getting really close to start of the season, so it's exciting. So yeah, you never know when we might do a random live stream. We're also recording more episodes, trying to help you guys with like your last like home leagues, office leagues, like whatever. So definitely look out for those. We got some really good episodes coming out. How to win your Office League episode is going to be coming out really soon. And then we're also, after that, we're going to be soon recording the players that we're like planting flags on for the 2024 season, like our favorite guys. So stay tuned for those. And yeah, other than that, like the video, subscribe, join the Hive.
Join the Hive, yeah.
Follow us on X at Dynasty Savvy, and we will see you guys soon.
Yeah.